Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't because I was 17 during 2024, but I would.
Oh, okay. Why do you support him?
Well, because I mean, he's making the military more masculine, and they have to check their testosterone now. So I think that was a very good idea.
Okay, prior to 3 days ago, why did you support him?
Oh, prior to 3 days ago, also because he's very strong. He's a very strong leader who actually leads the country by great example.
A great example of cheating on your wives, uh,
Well, yeah, obviously
engaging in insider trading, raping
no,
people.
that's not necessarily true.
Insider trading is, yeah, for sure, and sexual abuse, yeah.
No, that's not
He was found
necessarily true.
he was found liable in a court of law. He's found
Oh, the liable thing, but
legally responsible. The insider trading, it's obvious he's doing it.
no, but
I even know Trump supporters that admit that he's doing that.
well, not me.
My little brother voted for Trump, and he doesn't like him partly now because of the insider trading. So you're telling me he just
doesn't
made
do
that up?
poly market isn't really insider trading, but
Okay, it is an insider trading. Guys increased his net worth by $2 billion his first year.
okay, well, he's a
He's
good
profiting
businessman.
off of his position as being president. You know that. You know
Well,
that's
he
what he's doing, and you know that's wrong, but you're not willing to admit it.
that's not true.
Yeah. Oh, I
And
mean, you don't have to admit it, but everybody knows
I'm
it's
not.
wrong.
There's nothing to hide. There's no.
So you're telling me that's not insider trading.
He's not engaging in insider trading.
So you're telling me when his sons invest in
Oh, his
different,
sons. His sons might be.
well, even his sons too, right? We can go
I
with
didn't
that
vote
as
for his
well.
sons. I didn't vote for
Yeah,
his children.
I understand that, but they only would have known to invest in certain companies. Who else would they know that from?
Well, I mean, JD Vance might have let something slip. I mean,
JD
he's
Vance
never
might have
been.
let something slip.
I mean, it could be
That's your
anyone in the cabinet.
that's your excuse.
It's not an excuse. I'm just saying there are a million different ways that they could have known.
So you're telling me Trump doesn't do any insider trading? He's completely
Well, I
ethical.
don't. I can't prove a negative, but I don't see any evidence that he has been doing
But it
insider
doesn't sound like
trading.
you're looking for evidence, though.
No, I mean, I'm not. Why would I look for evidence of something? There's nothing. There's no
Well,
indicator
but
that
you wouldn't
says
know if there was nothing if that weren't to be if that weren't to be true.
no. I just never saw any good proof that he
What
has
about
been doing that.
what about what about with the oil future market right before the Iran war? Him investing in. What about that? You're
Well,
telling me that was just
He's
a
made
short
oil.
coincidence? A short coincidence?
It could have been. And it could have been a coincidence, but
It could have been a coincidence.
either way, he's made oil much more cheap, very bigly, and so
Hmm.
we owe
Okay.
him a
And
great
there's
debt of gratitude.
20 companies he promoted on his True Social account days after his brokerage account invested in them. What about that?
Well, he's allowed to advertise. That's
No,
definitely not
see,
illegal.
excuse after excuse
It's
after
not an
excuse
excuse.
after
It's not an
excuse. It
excuse.
is
I wouldn't call it an excuse. I'd call it more of an explanation
an explanation. Okay, so Trump is
because
he's just ethical, clean, all that.
I don't think he's ethical in every single way, but nobody is. But but he certainly is one of the most ethical presidents we've seen in the past.
That's absolutely insane that you're saying that. I don't think ethical people grape another human being.
Well, first of all, it was considered SA. It was considered more of SA than.
But that's a weird thing to say like, oh, it wasn't grape, it was just
No,
essay.
I'm
For
not saying that makes it all right. I'm not that wasn't my argument,
okay.
but I'm saying that there
What
is a distinction.
what would you call it
But
if you had a daughter and a man forcibly inserted his fingers inside of her? What would you call that against her will?
I don't.
What would
If
that
you're referring
what
to
would that be
Eugene
called?
Carroll,
Yes, what would that be called?
it could be called SA legally. It could be called
So you
grape.
wouldn't say that
But
your daughter got raped.
well, I would, but I don't think he did that.
But he did. He was found civilly liable for it.
Well, no, that's not true. He was
No,
found
he
civilly
was found
liable,
civilly liable for SA. Yes, he was.
but he didn't do that to Eugene Carroll.
He was found civilly liable, which means you're legally responsible. Yes.
Yeah, but the
Not
the threshold for what you have to prove to be found civilly liable is much lower than criminally liable. So
The threshold is still more probable than not. And I'm going to give you three different things here, and this is what you're doing. You're just trying so hard to not accept these things, right? Like I don't
I'm
understand
not in
why you guys
denial at
can't
all.
accept. You're literally in denial in real time.
I'm
That's what
so
you're.
not in denial.
Anything that's being thrown at you, you're like, well, it's not this, it's not. So listen, man. Three different things. He said he never met E.G. Carroll, and then he was provided a picture of them together. Lie number one. That's a little suspicious. Maybe not completely incriminating on its own, but that's suspicious. One lie.
What can I just
Second
say?
lie. Second lie. Hold on. He said he's not attracted to her, therefore he couldn't have raped her. And then, when shown that picture, he thought it was one of his previous wives, who he was presumably attracted to. So that
Well,
would be
that's
the
why he
second
divorced
lie.
her.
Second lie right there. Third lie, or third, this wouldn't be a lie, but third, very suspicious thing. He was given the opportunity to provide his DNA that it wasn't his. He was given 2 years, didn't do it. He refused to do so. If you had a friend and he said he didn't meet this person, they were given a picture of them together, and he refused to show his DNA that it wasn't his, would you still be that friend? Would you still be that person's friend? Or you think, God, he probably did it?
I might not be his friend,
Okay,
but
but you would vote for him to be
but
president.
I
But you would vote for him to be
proof.
president.
No, but I don't. I think there's a good reason why he couldn't provide his DNA. He might have just lost it. But
Lost his DNA?
oh, not the
What?
DNA. I'm talking about. He might have just not been able to provide it for different reasons. Like,
He had 2 years. He was given ample time.
well, I haven't looked at that, so I'll take a good look at that.
He was
But
it was 2 years. You're welcome to look into it, but it was 2 years he had to provide his
but
DNA.
the first two things, I mean, he might have, if he thought that Eugene Carroll was Marla Maples, of course he would have no recollection of meeting her because he probably thought he was meeting with his ex-wife. So
But he met his ex-wife, so you just lied for
yeah,
him right there.
yeah, but he the picture with
So you
Eugene
thought when
Carroll, if
he met so you said so you're telling me right now when he met Eugene Carroll, he thought it was his ex-wife. That's what
yeah,
you're telling
that's what
me.
it sounded. That's what it sounds like.
That's what you were telling me right now, and this is your get out of jail free card that he apparently didn't do this. That's what you're banking on.
It's not a get out. It doesn't prove that he didn't do it, but I'm just
This is wild. Hey, Erica, how you doing? Guys, we'll get to new guests at 10,000 likes. Let's get the tap signed up, all right? Make sure you send in the heart, me. It's better, Erica.
I was just listening. Sorry, I'm walking on gravel right now. Um, I was just listening to the insider trading chat. Doug, did you read that Donald Trump is offering $100,000 True Social accounts so that he can
100,000?
let people $100,000
Mm.
account that allows you access to all of the business information before everybody else, because he keeps letting people know on True Social what he's going to do, and it's allowing them to insider trade.
Crazy.
Sounds like the actions of a perfectly innocent man to me.
What's your excuse for that? Free?
yeah, it's
So
it's good that he's spreading the opportunity around for people who are less fortunate than
Hang on.
him.
What person who's less fortunate has $100,000 to spend on a True Social account out
Well,
of
for sure
interest?
they could just open a GoFundMe to get their Truth Social account, and
Open
and
a
that's
GoFundMe.
and that's a
Saying
very
what? Saying
that's a
what?
that they need economic opportunity, and that this Trump Truth Social account would provide the
And
perfect
are
opportunity
you
for.
donating?
I'd for sure donate to somebody who is in need of that. I'd for sure
Do
if
you
I have
think,
the funds.
there's no way you're not trolling. Guys, let's get the likes
is
up. 10,000 likes, new
I'm not
guest.
Doug, how old is this guy? Is he like
19.
19?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
knew he was going to say 19. Of course he's 19.
I am.
Of course he's 19. Are you in college?
No, I mean I just graduated high school, but you know.
Okay. No. Makes sense.
So,
How are you
again, what?
19 and just graduated high
Yeah.
school? That doesn't make
Because
sense, no.
well, you could laugh, but I was held back in kindergarten.
Held
So
back a year.
yeah,
Got you.
Kindergarten.
in kindergarten, I'm not.
The
I don't
hardest
have
grade.
any.
Yeah, that was one of the toughest grades, you know. Um,
It's not a tough grade, but I was not well behaved. So
all right.
you know.
Makes sense why you support Trump. All right. So,
Oh
so
my!
you
And
said
I
you
knew you
support
would say
you
that.
said you
But
support Trump because he's strong, and I know you didn't mean that literally, but because he's strong, figuratively. I think was one of the
Well, he's very
reasons.
good at golf also, so that proves that he's strong. But that's a different story. But either way, he's also a strong leader.
What makes him a strong leader? He said he was going to end the Ukraine war on day one, didn't do it. Said he was going to. He said he was going to do a lot of things on day one that he didn't do.
Well, the Ukraine war is Putin's fault.
But Trump said he was going to do that on day one. And
Look, I don't blame Biden. I don't blame Biden for the Russia-Ukraine war.
I'm not asking you to. Thank you, Chris. I'm not asking you to, but he said he was going to end it on day one.
Well, that was hyperbole. By day one, he could also mean day 6, day. Which day are we on already?
No, he specified what he meant. He didn't even mean day one of his presidency. He said, I will end it the day that I am elected president. That is what he said.
Yeah, it was even before day one. Yeah, it was even before day one.
It's a campaign promise, you know.
It was day one minus like 3 months. So why didn't he do it?
Well, he couldn't. I mean, it was a promise that he couldn't. That it wasn't.
So he lied.
Oh,
So he
why
lied.
did he? So it was a lie.
You could call it a lie or an exaggeration. I'm not saying he's never lied. He's a politician.
This is crazy.
Put your mouth around it. Put your mouth around.
What the fuck?
That's
Why is that a gift?
That's one of the like gifts that make a sound.
What on earth? Keep tapping and sharing, guys. We'll get to, I guess, at 10,000 likes. We're looking for opposition. I don't know where to take this, man. You're just not being serious.
I am being serious. I've responded to every single criticism.
That doesn't mean That doesn't mean you're being serious.
Out of interest,
I am.
where is the cuck chair in your bedroom? Is it like directly opposite the bed? Is it next to the bed?
See, now you're engaging in ad hominem attacks. I've certainly not done that.
I was asking a question. In my bedroom, the chair's at the end of the bed. It was just I'm trying to find common ground.
I appreciate you telling me that, and I don't think that I need to respond to that.
What has Trump done beneficial for America so far since he's been president for the last year and a half?
Well, first of all, he's prior to the Iran war, he's lowered gas prices.
Okay, but we're not prior to Iran. We live in present day time. You can't retroactively give him credit for something that's not occurring now.
Okay,
that's
and he's
weird.
Also
that's weird. He didn't. First of all, he didn't lower them. Unless you can give me something that he did to make them go down.
He did by getting the oil from Venezuela legally and lawfully.
But my love, that oil. How much of that oil has got to the United States and been refined and is available?
The crude oil has been coming by the buckets. I mean, by the bucketfuls. You know,
by the bucketful. That's the really inefficient way of transporting crude oil.
Yeah, it's going to take quite a while.
It's going to take a real long time.
I mean, we've got tons of crude oil from Venezuela, which is being turned into gas, you know, as we speak. So.
And who does that crude oil belong to?
Belongs to the United States.
Does it?
To private companies that are operating
private companies. Private, not the United States then.
Well, that's where we get gas from. I mean.
So can you show me how much of that has been refined and is now available on the global market?
Well, yeah. I mean, you could go look at the numbers of
No. You misunderstand. I'm not going to look anything up. You made a claim, so you go look it up.
Yeah, I could tell you right now. I mean, you just Exxon. You see the numbers. They said that they got hundreds of thousands.
What numbers did they say that they got?
In fact,
and can you please prove to me, and then prove to me that has been refined? Thank you.
Yeah, they said that their crude oil supply was actually increased very bigly.
Okay, cool. Show us that.
Well, yeah, you could go look at Exxon. In fact, they have a whole display. They have a whole display of their crude oil.
Hi. I don't know if you know how this works. You make a claim, you source it. You
and
don't
I just sourced that.
No. You need to show us. Thank you.
I mean, sure, the crude oil, they said it increased by 25%. In fact, Mobil said that
You're on mute, man. Probably because you are still rambling. Everyone keep tapping and sharing though. 10,000 likes, we'll get to new guests, okay? So the more you guys tap, the quicker you guys tap, the quicker we get to new guests. We are looking for opposition. He was supposed to find evidence of something? Is that it? Yeah, get your source.
Yeah,
That's why you got
any of the
muted. That's
crude oil
why
from.
you got muted. Get your
Yeah,
source.
just give me a second. Just give me a second.
Doo-doo-doo. Crunching on the on gravel.
I like that noise.
Do you? I'm walking up and down a private road trying to get the dog to go to the toilet. It's very exciting life.
Yeah, so now that we established that this crude oil supply was actually increased by hundreds of percentage points. So that brings us back to the point that the legal seizing of oil and oil tankers in Venezuela was actually a great move. Well, I don't know what that was for, so I got to listen.
I hear
Okay,
you.
I
I
think
hear
what
you.
I asked you what I asked you to substantiate was that oil had been refined and was available
Yeah,
as
we established
gasoline.
we established
No,
that.
we didn't establish that. You
No.
didn't show us a source
Yeah, so now that
that
we
was.
already established a source.
No, pop it. I don't think you understand what you're. I asked you to provide a source that oil from Venezuela had been refined and that it was available on the market as gasoline. Go
Okay, well
ahead.
now that I've already done that, so I think that brings us back to the point that
No, you have not already done that. This is where we've reached the problem. You think you've done that. We think you have not done that. So you need to do that.
okay, so first of all, we've seen it being refined in the United States. We've all seen it. We all know it's being refined in the United States. I don't think anybody's
Cool. Prove it.
contesting that.
No, we don't. We actually don't. We actually don't all know that. So prove
Well,
it.
you're contesting that proven fact.
I'm
You are. Well,
asking.
that's interesting because I wouldn't think of all things I wouldn't think you would contest something as proven as that.
Well, you're saying it's
Gosh.
proven, so it should be easy to prove it. Should be super easy. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's proven by. Okay, can you stop muting me? Okay, thank you. So it's it's been well established by multiple oil checking companies such as Oil America, Oil Mexico. They've actually established that more oil was being refined in the United States.
Doug, have you ever heard of
Hold on.
Oil America?
No, Chris. What am I checking in Discord or where? I'm just trying to see what you're looking at. Was it a message or something? Let me know, Chris, in the comments. No, I haven't, Erica. We're almost at
I've
10,000
never
likes, so
heard
the
of
guys keep tapping.
Oil America.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That is a real thing. That is a real source.
Again, you're saying that they've proved it. I want you to prove it. Should be super easy, as you
Yeah,
said.
well,
It's
I'm not a source. I'm not a source. I can't say
no. You
freedom
have to
Charlie Kirk
show. Okay,
250.
Hold on,
you
though. I
have
got
to
actually some
show
pretty
us a
important.
source.
Thank you, Chris. So
I could only cite a source.
this isn't going to be really good for your argument right here, Freedom. So we're actually getting less oil now from Venezuela than we did 5 years prior, or during the prior 5 years. So here's this. The week ending
You're not counting crude oil.
so July 17, 2026, commercial crude oil inventories increased 2 million barrels to 411.7 million barrels, 6% below the previous 5 years average. Gasoline inventories increased 0.8 million barrels, 7% below the 5-year average. Distillate inventories increased 1.4 million, which is 10% below the 5-year average. Propylene increased 6.3 million, which is 34% above the 5-year average. So that's only one is above. So total commercial petroleum inventories increased by 11.6 million barrels for the week. But anyways, 2 of those 3 were below the 5-year average.
Okay, well, I appreciate you conceding to my point. So
How is that conceding
now,
to your point?
well, you just read the stats that prove my point.
How did
So,
that prove your point? How did you
so
get that from what I just said?
I'm glad we concluded
How did
that
you
part of the
gather
argument.
that from what I just said?
Well, because it showed a clear increase, like I was
Did you
saying.
not listen to what I
So
said? Did you not listen to the other? How am I going to have to read this again? Commercial crude inventories increased 2 million barrels to 411, which is 6% below the 5-year. Is that the part that you missed?
no, I didn't miss
6%
that
below
part,
the
but
5-year average?
I'm glad we established that I was correct. So now that we already established that,
No,
I think
no. Yeah,
know that we didn't establish that, or know that.
all right. Yeah, you are trolling. Goodbye. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. All right, we are looking just for opposition. If you're friendly, please drop from the request box. He was baiting me. He was. Yeah, I guess he did a good job at it.
What happened? I had to turn the sound down because I came in from my walk.
You had a good walk?
Yeah.
Logan, how are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
All right, what year were you born?
Yeah, fuck you, nigga.
Okay, take care, okay? Oh, thank you for dropping him quickly. That was good. Thank you. What a waste of time. On his end, really. I don't know why. Ugh. David requested. Remember, guys, we're looking for opposition. People that voted for Trump.
Well, that went well for him, right?
What's that?
I said that went well for him. He showed how intelligent he was.
Mm. It's not like we were expecting him to be intelligent. I set the expectations pretty damn low, so if they ever exceed it, then it'll surprise me. No, he wouldn't. No, Cole. No, he wouldn't. Nobody. 99% of the things people say here in the comment section, they would never say in person. Hey, Dan.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. I just need to know your age before we move forward. How old are you?
35.
Okay. And did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I voted for him all 3 times.
All right. Why do you continue to support him right now?
Because I'm not a faggot like you. Fucking queer bitch. Fuck you.
Okay. That wasn't really an answer.
It was not an answer. You think if he was 35, he'd be slightly more mature?
And he got a violation. Look at that.
Well, I blocked him and dropped him, so I did all the good things.
Charles Seesaw. Who is Charles Seesaw? Charles Seesaw. I don't think that's a thing. I just googled it. That's why there's a male loneliness issue. Yeah, they do it to themselves a lot. A lot of them do, at least.
Do you know what? I feel sorry for some men, and other men I think you're not lonely enough. You know?
You're not lonely enough.
You're not lonely enough.
There certainly are some that fit that description. I would agree. Don't be so impatient. Gas is less than $3 a gallon. We're not going off of what it was in your town. We're going off of national average, Connie. I'm going to pull up what today's average is. All right. Today's average is $4.06. When Trump came into office in January 2025, it was $3.19, getting close to $1 above it. It's not me being impatient. It's me calling out his promise that he is not keeping because he said he would do it on day one. So any price from here on out that is higher than day one would be him not meeting his promise. That's it.
Oh, Doug, do you remember the guy that was in the comments yesterday and said that the East Coast is only in the United States?
Yeah.
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Guess what I
Ugh.
walked past today? the
The coast.
East Coast Ice Cream Parlor, which is on the East Coast of a country that is not the United States. It's freaking wild.
That's crazy. Who knew there was coasts on other countries?
On
I
a whole
thought it was all
ass
about. I know.
island.
Yeah.
I
Different
live on an
continent, different
island.
country. Who would have thought? We thought it was all about America over here. Hey guys, let's get the tap sign up if we can, please. Let's try to get to 25K if we can. Make sure you all send in the heart me if you haven't done so. And if you're watching on the tube, make sure you like and subscribe to live. And we are looking for opposition. Anyone that voted for Trump, request button at the bottom of the screen.
Hang on,
And
Raven, you can't live on the east coast of Australia because the only place that has an east coast is the United States. What are you talking about?
if you're on the tube, the phone number is on screen. Obviously, as you can see, just call on in if you want. Got to be opposition. You got to be 18 above, 18 or above. Australia is also not real. Yes.
That is true. I lived there for a year whilst in a fever dream. That is correct.
If the federal gas tax were eliminated, gasoline would still be $4 again right now. Okay. What are you trying to say with that? You were a hired actor for a year. Morrissey, I don't think so. I really don't think that's going to be the case. I think they will at that time, because I do believe I do believe in the way future. Yes, they will be teaching about this as a really negative time in history and how anybody was able to fall for it. I do believe that, but I don't think Trump supporters now at that time will feel that way. I think they'll just somehow talk themselves into either like not feeling bad, justifying, or whatever. Right? Human beings are really,
Doug,
really good at separating things to make themselves feel better. Yes.
Hey, Doug, do you know how much the federal gas tax is per gallon? I just looked it up.
I don't. How much?
18.4 cents.
Okay. I don't know how much I was expecting it to be.
It's not very much. 18.4 cents.
No, I mean, well, is that included in? I think that is included, right? And like right now, the national average is $4.06. I would imagine that's included, right?
Yeah.
I assume so.
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, that would be what percent is that? 40%. That would be 5%. I think my math is right. 5%. Yeah. Remember, guys, we're looking for ops. If you voted for Trump, hit the request button. Country, how you doing?
Doing good, man. I just came up to ask you a question, man.
Okay. I just need to know your age first. How old are you?
38.
38. Did you vote for Trump, or do you still support him?
Yeah, I voted for Trump.
All right. Well, what's your question? We'll go from there.
Yeah, I was gonna see because I know you were pushing Kamala Harris in 20.
Kamala?
You know, the last one. Yeah, Miss Harris. You were pushing her. Who's your favorite candidate for the next presidential election? If you could do your top three.
I don't know if I was necessarily pushing her in the sense that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I was supporting her in the sense that she was the candidate. I kind of wish that we had somebody who was further left, but that's besides the point. Anyways, to answer your question, who would I wish? If I had to choose somebody, anybody that's eligible to run, or just like anybody I can ever pick?
No, more than likely that are going to be, you know, maybe in a debate.
I like John Ossoff. I don't know if he's going to run. He said he's not, but they sometimes say that. I do like him in the sense that I think he's very electable. I think he's a very intelligent person. I think he comes off as being very charismatic. You know, I agree with a good amount of his views, and I think people would like him. He seems to be very like Obama-like in some sense. I don't know if you know who he is, but I think he would be a good realistic choice.
I have seen his name on you know, a few things.
Yeah, like I don't want Newsom to do so. Like I don't want him to be the candidate. I don't. If he was, would I vote for him? Unfortunately, I would, but I don't want him to.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't want any moderate Democrat to be the candidate. I really don't. I don't think that's going to be what people want, and I don't think it's what we need, frankly. So
Do you think on the national level, if it wasn't a moderate person, you think that they would win?
I
A moderate
think
Democrat.
I think if you don't put the title of like far left to somebody's name, or like social democrat, democrat socialist, whatever it is that is considered for the left for American standards, if you don't put that title on somebody's name, they agree with all of the views. Like if you look at the views that people agree with and that people like, they tend to be further left views. The moment you put the label of like socialist or even like social democrat, they kind of shy away from it. So I think if you take away that label, people do want that. Yes.
Awesome.
I think that's a
That's a
hangover
good
in the
answer.
United. I think that's a hangover in the United States from McCarthyism and the Red Scare. To be honest,
Unfortunately, yeah.
it doesn't even stand to reason as to why people would think that, except that people are like socialism bird, and yet it is social programs that give other people things like universal healthcare and mandated maternity leave and mandated parental leave and even weekends off. Imagine that, the crazy socialists.
You there, man?
Yeah, she muted up.
Do you have anything you want to say to what she said?
No, I don't have nothing to respond to that. But
Okay.
do you want me to
Why did?
answer?
Yeah. Why did you vote for Trump? Yeah.
Why did I vote for Trump?
Sure. And you still
Uh,
support him, I assume, or?
I mean, there's certain. Look, I don't totally agree with everything he does. I don't totally agree with
Okay.
anybody,
Well,
in this
okay.
world that
I
we
get
live
that.
in. But
But in general,
but
you do support him still?
yeah, in general, yeah, he's our president, so I ain't really
Oh.
got no choice. You know what I mean?
One. No, I mean, listen. You can separate. There's a difference between wanting what's best for the country and wanting somebody to do the best they can and not supporting them, right? Like, do I still want the country to do well? Do I still not want bad things to happen? Of course. That doesn't mean I support him, though.
Can I ask you another question? Is there any of Trump's policies that you agree with? Anything that he's put in place? Anything?
Any main policy, no, but I actually had a conversation about this yesterday on the live. If you're talking about even small things during his first administration, there was a few things I mentioned yesterday. The Mission
Well, not his
Act.
first term, just
Well,
this
I'm
term.
just okay. Well, this
Oh,
term now. This term now.
okay, okay.
Nothing that I can think of. No, I mean maybe you can find a small little thing that I'd agree with, but nothing major.
Did you
No.
like the children's saving plan? Did you like that? This savings plan for newborns?
It's bullshit.
What's in that again? I'm not familiar with
It's the
what's in that one.
$1,000, in a savings account.
Trump's
Oh
savings
yeah, yeah,
plan.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It's BS. You could have given parents a. Kamala Harris said she was going to give parents like a $6,000 tax break. They could have put that $6,000 in a savings account, and would have got way more than they will get from a $1,000 savings account from Donald
What's the
Trump.
current tax break for tax credit for kids right now? Do you know what it is, Erica?
I'll look it up. Give me a sec.
Gosh,
Okay.
what is it off the top of my head? Is it 2,500, 3,000? One of those?
I thought
I
it
don't
was
know.
like five. I thought it was like for one child. I thought it was five, and then after that,
Is
it's
it five
like
now?
2,500 per child or something similar to that. Don't
It's
quote
I
me.
don't.
$2,200.
Okay.
Per child.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, no tax on tips. I agree with that. I mean, it's capped at a certain amount, so people don't get crazy with it, and no tax on overtime to a certain extent as well, and stuff like that. I did like that, but like I said, I don't agree with everything that Trump is doing, but I do agree with certain aspects.
All right, and we can get to texting in a second. But why in general do you still support him?
I voted for him, so for the most
You,
part,
but why you don't have to support the person you vote for? Like you can still not support him, right? Like there are some people who voted for Trump that don't support him anymore. They don't think he's
yeah,
doing a good job, and if they could
a
go back
lot
in
of
time,
people
they
don't.
wouldn't. Yeah. So a
Um,
better way of asking it is this: if you can go back in time, would you still vote for him, knowing what you know now?
I don't see any other candidate I would have voted for.
All right. So with that being said, and guys, we'll get to new guests at 20,000 likes. We're looking for opposition. With that being said, why do you think he, right now, knowing what you know now, would be a better choice than Harris?
well, I didn't like the Democratic the platform. I didn't like what they were pushing. Certain social aspects, I didn't
What
like what they were pushing.
Like
what
what?
was the
And
platform?
Thanks, Matt.
What
Yeah,
was the
what was it?
platform?
her main two things, one was the housing thing that she wanted to push, more money to that, government funding for that. And then the other one, I'm trying to remember what was the other thing. I really honestly can't even remember the other one right now. I haven't talked about
Okay.
Miss Harrison
Well,
probably
all right.
over a year.
Well, let's take the first one you mentioned. Why do you have an issue with the housing one?
I just feel like there's better ways to fix it. I don't think adding more government money to something is the answer to all problems.
What was her specific housing plan?
It was a $25,000.
Well, no, I was trying to ask.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Yeah,
I was asking him because he said he disagreed with
the
it.
money was specifically for, I don't remember the exact amount, but I do remember it was for first generation home buyers. So if your family,
Mhm.
so if my father owns a home, I can't get that money. So I didn't, to me, if you're trying to help somebody who's let's say, maybe, what about my great grandparent if
But
they own a
but
home? But
okay,
mhm.
I know, but here's the thing though. Like, yes, the plan wouldn't have helped every single person. No policy, no plan ever helps every single citizen, right? Like the goal is to be able to have like a blanket thing, sort of, in the sense that you help as much people to the greatest degree as possible, right? So maybe you wouldn't have, but in general, people would have benefited from it.
I don't know what the percentages are of people that I mean, to me, that would help somebody more than likely would be an immigrant.
And it is first time home buyers, not first generation.
It wasn't first generation. I thought it was first
First
generation.
time. Yeah.
Well, we already have things in place for first time home buyers, don't we?
Okay, but what do we
There's
have
a
for first time
special.
home buy? What do we have that wouldn't warrant having something else in addition?
I just didn't. I feel like we already have something in place for first time home
Which is
buyers.
what?
So
What would that be?
I don't know off the top of my head, man. I'm just being. I haven't looked at it in
But
over a
then,
year.
why
I
are you
know.
saying
I'm
that?
just telling. Why am I saying it? Because there is
Yeah.
something.
What is
I
it
just
then?
don't know I don't know it off the top of my head. Like I said, I know there is something in place. I haven't talked about Miss Harrison over a year, probably over a year. I mean, there would, you know,
I'm asking you what it is. I know, but this is one of the reasons why you didn't vote for her. So I'm asking, what would that be?
I don't know. I just know there's something in place. If I had my computer, I would look it up, but right now I don't. So, but
Okay, I
I
don't
know
believe
there.
there is. I don't believe there is anything that I know of. And secondly, even if there was, that doesn't mean you can't have an additional thing.
Like I said, I'm not for more government funding to be in place for certain aspects like that, the home thing. I don't think
But
that's a pos. I don't think
why
that's
would
a.
you not want? Listen, you have to spend government. There's going to be government spending. What do you want to spend it on? Things that help the most people, rather than Trump wanting to increase our Department of Defense budget to 1.5 trillion. Like that's increasing spending. That's not going to help the average American.
I understand that there are certain aspects of that are not a positive thing for the country as a whole. I mean, to me, it sounds.
So, but that's what I'm saying. Like Trump is already increasing spending in certain areas, right? But
And
why wouldn't you want to do that with the things that people would benefit the most from?
that's a good question. That's a really great question. Putting more spending into things that will help people, yes, but I think down the road it would turn into something negative. People would get the homes and maybe not be able to afford them down the road. I think that becomes an issue. I think it happened. I think even during Clinton's administration, that was a problem that happened with
How would that
home loan.
happen? And guys, 20,000 likes we can get to new guests. We're
And
looking
then
for
the
proposition. How would
financial
that happen?
companies
No,
are reimbursed for it.
because country, you're talking about the subprime mortgage situation, is what you're talking about, which I believe Clinton was the one that kind of allowed the reform that allowed subprime mortgages to occur. But the problem actually came under the Bush presidency because it's what led to the 2009 Great Recession, right? But all of the after the 2009 Great Recession, I think it's under Obama, all of the loan, all of so that it didn't happen again. They reformed all the way that money is lent to people and what they have to show as, collateral and how much money they have and that they can afford to pay it back, because you've gone through that before. So that stuff has kind of already been fixed.
Okay. Well, I'll look back into it. I just haven't looked at it recently. But I mean, my main thing was I looked at Agenda 47, I looked at the Democratic platform, and I just try to say, okay, which one do I agree with more? And I picked the Agenda 47 one because I just agree with it more.
How many pages did Donald Trump have in policy?
In Agenda 47.
The Agenda 47, it was either 16 to 18 pages. And
Right,
Miss Harris's was around 60 pages, but she had photos and graphs and pictures of herself.
It was 82, and some of Donald Trump's policies were things like, we will bring down inflation. No detail.
Yeah, hers was a lot more detailed for sure. But graphs are important sometimes to be able to explain things, right? That wasn't the entirety of her policy, obviously.
No, I didn't say the entire thing, but there were photos of her and photos of graphs, and I understand that Trump's things were, some of the aspects of what he had on there were vague. You are correct.
I just don't know what he's doing now that's so beneficial. He went back on a lot of his promises, right? He said he was going to make things cheaper. Obviously, that was going to happen. Went to war with Iran, said there were going to be no new wars. I just the e-files as well. So we're going to release that. Like, I just don't know what's good about our country now or better about our country now than a year and a half ago. Really.
Yeah, if some people are not gaining in today's economy, and some are. I mean, I think that's something.
The rich
that's
are.
Always,
the rich are for sure.
Yeah, the gap has widened. That is correct.
Yeah. Right, and he seems to be wanting to play into that because he is part of that, the top rich people, right? And he's friends with all of them, or a lot of them at least, and wants to enrich them. And I'm not concerned with those people getting richer, right? I want the bottom 99% to get richer, specifically like the bottom 90%. But I want them to get richer, not the rich to continue to get richer.
That's something that I don't know how that's going to change, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, with these people, especially with stocks and crypto and loopholes, and even Trump said that before with Hillary. That he uses the same things that her friends do. So I don't know how that's ever going to really change, man. It's going to have to be almost like stripping the whole government.
And guys, 20,000 likes, we can get to new guests. Yeah, and that's why a lot of people on the further left, talk about, dismantling everything, right? As far as capitalism, and that's why a lot of them don't disagree with people who are not as far left who just want to critique capitalism, right? So, you kind of make a point that people on the left make at times. However, though, yeah, if Harris was president, would things be drastically different? No, because we would still be living in a capitalistic society and all that. However, do Democrats on whole at least push more towards at least raising the taxes on the rich, which is still a step in the right direction, something I'll take over not, which would at least not widen the gap that we currently have. At the very least, not do that.
Logically, I can't see, even if you put more funding to the lower class, I still don't see the gap not widening. I just really don't.
It's easy. You create a tax on wealth rather than a tax on income. You don't want to pay income tax, do you, country?
I mean, not really, but I mean.
So why not make the tax a wealth tax rather than an income tax?
Hey, that's what they got. The politicians got to vote. The legislators got to vote.
No. You can have an opinion on this. You don't have to say, well, the politicians just need to do it. No, this is the whole point of this. We can have opinions on things. You have a First Amendment right to have an opinion and speak your mind.
Yeah, but I'm not like I understand what you're saying. I have my own opinion on it, but my thing is you have to have some sort of money coming into the government to fund everything. So there has to be
Right,
some
and
sort of.
that would
So
be
what?
through a wealth tax. Buzz agrees.
I'm for. I would think I'm more for a flat tax for non necessities.
No, you're not.
No,
Okay,
no, I'm
cool.
saying what
Okay, cool.
you're asking me
Cool.
my
So
opinion. I'm trying
you
to give it
pay.
to you.
Cool. So you pay 10% of however much you earn. When Buzz stop. When you are required, when 60% of your income goes on living day to day, and then you are taxed 10%. Then you have a guy who has, I don't know, $500 million in the bank, whose actual day-to-day living costs are not that much more than yours, because I mean his mortgage might be more and his car payment might be, well, he probably doesn't have a car payment, but he only eats the same amount of food as you do. His food might be a bit more expensive, so that guy is able to put $499 million into stocks and bonds and assets, and you are living your life hand to mouth with not enough money in the bank if you get laid off. That's a shitty argument.
Yeah, no, I was talking. I didn't finish my statement, but that's one aspect of something that I would be for, like a luxury tax, a flat rate tax on certain goods, but not things that are of necessity. That's what I was saying. Not necessity items, not food, not.
That's what a sales tax is.
Yeah,
You already have that in most states.
I'm talking about across the board.
But you understand that who gets to decide what the luxury items are?
I would say the legislators, the people that vote for the bill.
Okay, so I want to let you know, in the UK where I live, up until about 5 years ago, feminine hygiene products, so tampons and period pads, they were considered to be luxury items. They had VAT on them. So, and our legislature got to decide that they were luxury items. So what if the legislature decides that random things that are not in fact luxury items are luxury items?
Well, then we're going down another alleyway. But when I said necessity, anything that's considered a toothbrush, toothpaste, hygiene products, stuff like anything that you need in your daily life. I would not include that. You're asking me my opinion, so that's why I'm just telling you what I would look at doing. But I don't think it's going to happen, though. I don't think there's a lot of stuff that's not going to happen. But in my opinion, I would like certain aspects of that. Wealth tax, I just feel like they're just going to find another loophole to get out of it. I'm just being honest with you. And these people that are in legislation are going to continue to push the same thing.
What would that loophole be? What would that loophole be?
Whatever they're using now to not pay their taxes, putting their money somewhere else.
Well, the reason why there are loopholes is because it's not a wealth tax. That's why.
Well, I mean, if they want to do that, then if the legislators will pass something that would be consistent with that, but I'm sure that these people are smart enough to figure out a way to get out of it. They always do. So
I mean,
they pay people a lot of money to figure that out. So
it seems to work
nonstop.
It seems to work elsewhere. So I don't see why it can't work now.
It's a very defeatist attitude. Like, well, we'll never be able to do anything about it. So
it's not defeatist. I'm just logical. I don't base on myself on emotions and feelings. I'm just saying you could push these things, but are these legislators, these people that are pushing the bills, are they going to be in agreement and vote on it? Because the people that are donating to them, their lobbyists, are pushing money to them to stay in their position. So why are they going to vote against something when they're not going to be able to stay in their position in politics? It doesn't logically make any sense. That's all I'm saying.
All right, we're almost at 20,000 likes, guys. Keep tapping, Sharon.
I don't even know what you're saying anymore, to be honest.
All right, well, let's get to somebody else.
Okay, then, man.
Move
Thank
forward.
you, Doug.
I appreciate the conversation. All right, thank you.
Doug.
I appreciate you being civil and at least hearing us out. I'll take that, I suppose. Although I know the chat really prefers more of a heated thing, and that wasn't so heated. But I still like having those conversations anyways. All right, I think everybody in the request box is probably gone at this point. I wish their name got dropped from the box when they leave the live, because it's very annoying having to do this. Yeah, guys,
That
I'm going to
used to
restart.
happen.
I know. I don't know why they switched on. Guys, I'm going to restart, though, just because we don't really have anybody in here that we're going to get a guest on that with us. But I'm going to restart real quickly. It's going to take 2 seconds. End live, start live. Okay? I will see everybody in 2 seconds. Bye. Hey, guys, keep tapping and sharing. Hey, people on the tube, hope you're all doing well. Make sure, if you're enjoying live, like the live, and subscribe if you want to continue watching in the future. I'm going to set up the little super chat thingy. Never needed, always appreciated. Okay, good to go. Good to go. Hey, Cause, how are ya? Hope you're doing well. All right, let's get the likes on up, everybody. And if y'all can send in the heart me. You guys have been really good lately with the likes and the shares and all that good stuff. So if y'all can continue and keep that up, that'd be great. And it's really been helping because in general, we've had more people in the live. And it's definitely because you guys are being a little more active, which is and engaging, which again really does help. So yeah, all can keep that up. Let me change a little goal, the gifted goal. Thank you, Jeff. Need new goal, update, edit. Here we go. All right, we're going to change the little chili goal to 500 roses. 500. Update. There we go. As soon as we reach that goal, we'll switch it to a new one. Okay, good to go. Hello, Raven. How are ya? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do I sing? I do not sing. Well, scratch that. I don't sing well. I will sing in the car if I'm in a good mood. Sometimes in a shower if I'm in a good mood, but that's about it. Not going to happen otherwise. I have to be in a pretty good mood too. Like even if I'm not in a good mood, I'm listening to music in the car, I will not sing. Singing for Tourette's, yeah. All right, so anybody who did vote for Trump, there's the request button at the bottom. If you can click that, that'd be great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nickelback song? When was I singing Nickelback? Oh, are you just saying that in general, or what, did you guys hear me sing a Nickelback song at one point? Because I'm sure I probably did within the last week sing a Nickelback song in a car. I'm sure I did. Only reason why is because I have Sirius XM in the car, and I do often listen to like the 1000 station. That's one of like the main ones I listen to. So Nickelback would often comes up there. All right, like Pop Rock. Pop Rocks is good. That's station 6 or something. I don't know if it's the same in everybody's. Station 6. Once I had to sit through an entire Nickelback set. People are lying when they say don't like Nickelback. Everybody likes Nickelback. Everybody does. Nickelback is great. 90s on 9. Yeah, that's what I listen to. 90s on 9. I listen to the 1000s, the 10s. I listen to. There's 2 classic rock ones. What are they? I don't remember what they are. I know it's station 25 and 26. That's all I know. What's the name of it, though? Somebody in the comments will tell me. Yeah, the Led Zeppelin one. On occasion, I will. Biden $5 high, lower before election, drain reserve. Trump surge at 4 because Iraq was at 5. Sounds like a real coherent sentence you made there. Seriously, yeah, it's really cheap though. Like, I'm sure you guys all know this trick, but every time it's about to end, like it ends up being like $25. All you have to do is just tell them, hey, I'm gonna stop my subscription. They're like, oh, we have a new deal for $5 every single time. Magically, every time you wanna cancel, automatically they happen to have a new promotion or a deal for $5 instead. Do that every time. All right, once again, guys, hope everybody's doing well today. Hope you're all having a great Wednesday. Make sure you all tap and share. If you voted for Trump, hit the request button.
Hi, hello.
Hey, how old are you?
Yeah.
How old
I'm
are you?
speaking about
How old are you?
how old I am. I am
Yep.
18. I just
All right.
turned 18.
What year were you born?
I was born in 2008.
Okay. Did you vote? No, you wouldn't have voted. What state do you live in?
I live in New Jersey, but
What time is it? What time is it in New Jersey right now?
man, I'm not like staying in here right now.
Goodbye. Mike, yeah, good question. Come on up. I'll answer it if
Hey,
you come on up.
Doug. How you doing,
Hello.
buddy?
How you doing? I just need to know your age. How old are you?
I am 18 years old, buddy.
What year were you born?
Oh.
Okay. Hey, what's up, Mike? How you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me up. 42.
No problem. I appreciate you, man.
West Virginia.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to make it clear. I'm being facetious with the topic here, right? Like, I'm aware presidents cannot lower gas on groceries. He said he would. Trump. That's one of the main things he ran on. He said, "quote I would lower them starting on day 1." So we know that they can't control it. But then why did he say that he would? And to your thing with Biden, yeah. Again, presidents don't have the ability to just lower those things at will. That's the point of this.
So the rhetoric that he used and the propaganda that he used to get elected under his campaign of I will lower gas prices, I will lower egg and milk prices was just propaganda. We on the right know that. We know that he does not control.
Mike, when I spoke to people during 2024, leading up to 24, many, I don't want to say every single one, but the vast majority absolutely believed that things would be cheaper. In fact, I talked to some Trump supporters now who somehow convinced themselves that things are cheaper because they bought into it so much.
I mean that's the herd mindset, the philosophical sheep mindset, if you want to say that. So I believe that's on the left and the right, the sheep mindset. I think the left is going through that right now. Vote blue, no matter who. And I think the MAGA movement also is going to say that they are experiencing cheaper prices. It's the herd mindset. Would you agree with that?
The herd mindset is why some are saying things are cheaper. Yeah, I think some people aren't willing to admit that the thing that they were fed to was a lie. But having said all of that, why do you continue to support him right now?
A few of the main reasons that I am supporting him is the fact that he declassified the devil's lettuce from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, making it now readily available for medical research, while before at Schedule 1, the DEA deemed it as a non-essential, non-beneficial medicine. I think that's a big part.
Okay,
I
but
would also say,
but hold on though. Like number one, like first of all, it being a Schedule 3, it's still not going to be any more accessible to like the average person. And like, yeah, do I like it that it's changed its scheduling? For sure, but like anybody could have done that, right? This wasn't some like major
right,
groundbreaking thing by
you're
any
right.
means.
Anyone could have. Biden could have done that, but he didn't.
He could have, but
Clinton could have done that, and
but
he didn't.
but that was also
Obama
very
could have done that,
recently.
and he didn't.
That was also very recently, though. So why did you support him up until that?
You asked me why I still support him.
All right, but okay, so up until like 2 months ago, why did you support him? Because that was
So
like 2 or 3 months ago.
So I have experienced lower taxes under Donald Trump than I would have under Kamala Harris's policy that she proposed.
If you're part of like the rich, like it depends on your tax bracket, then possibly.
Oh, yeah, it does all depend on my tax bracket, and it depends on individual tax brackets. That is correct. Yes, I do fall in the tax bracket that Kamala Harris wanted to raise the taxes on, which is over $400K a year.
Well, I mean, listen, I vote because I want the average person to get better. I want their life to get better. Like, no offense to you, I think the people that need the most aren't the ones in the highest tax bracket. It's the ones and all the ones below it. Those are the ones I care the most about, not about you necessarily making more money.
So, Doug, I'm not in the top 1%. I'm not even close. I think I'm in the top
I didn't say you were
28% of earners.
Mm-hmm.
I think over 300,000 is probably about 25% of the population. The fact that I own 17 rental properties, and each of those house about 16 people each.
Yeah, but but again, I want to vote for the person that's trying to help the average person, not against somebody in your position. Listen, I'm not saying
Doug,
that like
I believe
you're
I'm
like
helping.
you're not
I'm
overall.
sorry.
You're not overall. You can say that.
So if my taxes go up and I have to pay more for the maintenance and the property taxes on my property, I would thus have to raise rent on these average individuals that you're talking about to negate the taxes that I'm paying. So I am helping the average American by keeping my property taxes or keeping my property rent reasonably low under the average of the area that I'm in.
No, but again, even if that were to be the case, you helping 16 people or whatever, 20, 30, even if it's 30, 20, 30, 40 people, still is slim in comparison to the people that could have been helped with her tax plan.
So I personally believe in community, and the community that I'm helping is about a population of 5,000 people. I rent to 123 people is what I rent to. That's the units that I have. So within that, I am helping 123 families in my community by giving them affordable housing with the benefits of a less property tax that I would have to pay. So thus, I do not have to raise my rent, making the adjustments to offset the tax rate.
How did you get to 5,000? How did you get to 5,000 people from that?
Because that's the community I live in. I live in 5,000. I live in a community of 5,000 people.
Okay, but you're not helping all 5,000 of them.
I'm helping a percentage of my community afford affordable housing.
Okay, so what's affordable rent? When you say affordable rent, what is that?
I rent a 2-bedroom for $600 a month. I pay the water bill. They pay the electric bill.
Okay, all right. But again, though,
would you consider that affordable rent?
$600 is affordable, sure. But again, I'm thinking more on a macro scale, not a micro scale when it comes to these things. Again, cool that you're helping those people, but still, once again, her tax plan absolutely would have helped a lot, significantly more people overall. You're thinking too micro about these things.
Yeah, as I said, I do think about community first. I do think about my local community before I think of the overarching theme of the nation. I do want to help people in my community. I do want to help my community grow. So that is why I voted the way I voted.
But why do you have more compassion for people that just happen to be around you versus because all human beings, I would hope that like if you have compassion for those around you, you should have compassion for human beings in general. So if you understand making things cheaper for the people around you is a good thing, wouldn't you want that to be the case for a lot more people within the United States, even if you don't know them?
I believe the proximity of the people in my area that I do know personally, I know each one of my renters personally. So why would I not want to help the proximity of the people that I know?
Because I think helping people, a lot more people overall, is better than just helping simply the people that we know. And guys, we'll get to Nuggets at 10,000 likes. Make sure you guys get the tap sign up, okay? We are looking for opposition. Make sure you guys send hurt me as well. Yeah, I care more about helping a lot more people overall than just simply the people I know.
I think we can agree to disagree on this one, Doug. Where the fact is that a community-based necessity is what I personally believe is the right thing to do. The morally right thing to do is help your community and not the overarching theme of help the nation.
I don't understand how you can justify helping, say, like 200 people versus like 2,000 people as an example. I don't understand how that is more important to you.
So how would my vote for Harris have changed the life of 2,000 people?
Well,
or 6.5 million people even?
I was just using an example of helping more people versus less people. How would her tax plan? Are you asking me how a tax plan in which we tax people who are a lot more wealthy versus the ones who are not, how that would help people?
Well, can I test you on your tax bracket knowledge? How many tax brackets are there?
Off the top of my head, what, 4 or 5?
9.
Okay. What about it though?
Okay, so I don't even fall in the top 2 tax brackets. I'm the third from the top. Okay. I pay approximately 39.6% in taxes. My property tax would have went up. My income tax would have went up. So you're thinking I am this elite billionaire.
I'm not saying you're elite billionaire. I'm not saying that you are. And there's not 9 tax brackets. I just looked at there's 7. I'm not saying that you are. You've already told us what you're in. But I don't know why I have to keep repeating this. I still want a tax plan that's going to help people under $400,000 as opposed to above. Okay, because that's going to help more people. Far less people make above 400 as opposed to under 400,000.
So taxes is a main reason why I did vote for Trump, and I did shy away from Harris. That's one of the main ones. The other one is the social policies that she had, such as her stance on Title. I think it's Title IX, is it?
Yeah, what about it?
So her stance on Title IX, as a father that has 2 daughters, I believe that both of my daughters deserve a sanctioned space where they compete against other female athletes. I had a very disconhearted and discontent of that now my daughters would be competing against biological males.
How old is your daughter?
That's kind of weird that you asked because they're both minors, but that's okay. One
of
my daughters
don't do that. That's not
one of my
that is not
14.
weird. Don't even do that. That's ridiculous.
Well,
would you even just attempt? Would you just attempt to do this? Why does it matter
what the age of my daughters are, sir?
Because I'm talking about in relation. Because I'm curious as to what their age was and what sport they play.
16 and 13.
16 and 13. What sport do they play?
One plays volleyball and softball. One plays track and field and basketball.
Okay. So where is this happening in prevalence that trans men or trans women are playing with your daughters or trans girls are playing with your daughters? Where is this happening in widespread? Like, did it ever happen? Have they ever played with anybody that was trans, with or against?
Well, based on the previous administration, asking those questions would be deemed homophobic.
No.
So if I ask what the gender of the people that are playing against my daughter is, a lot of these leftists, these far radical alphabet mafia leftists would deem me homophobic.
First of all, it wouldn't be homophobic, it's transphobic. But no, nobody's saying you're transphobic for asking what somebody's gender is. Nobody's saying that. I don't know where you got that from. And guys, keep tapping and sharing. Make sure you all send in the heart me. Just tell me the problem with just in general, trans women playing with women, trans men playing with men.
What's the problem with a biological woman playing with a biological male that has a mental illness? I can answer that real simply.
First of all, they don't have mental illnesses. Hold on, I got to read this demo out loud. Serena, thank you for the $2 on. I got to read this, and then you can go. It says, how exactly is guest helping families while he profits from charging them for housing in the amount of $400,000 a year? What is his net income, and how is he helping when he literally votes against what is best for them? Serena, thank you so much. And let me read the next one real quickly. Thank you again, Serena, for the $1. It says, also, is this guest okay with transgender boys playing sports with his daughters? All right, thank you so much, Serena. So go ahead. Yes, why do you think it's a bad thing for trans women to play with women, trans men to play with men?
Well, based on the simple biology that a trans woman, and I will refer to them as that, a trans woman has a complete different biological makeup than an actual biological female.
What's the difference in biological makeup between a woman and a man? Like, that's inherently different.
Such as larger lung capacity, greater bone density, higher muscle mass.
Okay. But here's the thing. So on average, you would be correct, but that's on average. The difference between all those things between men and women is actually far less of a difference between the strongest men and the weakest men and the strongest women and the weakest women. There's far greater differences within men and women than there are between men and women. So with that being said, if you're against your daughter playing with, or just somebody in general, a woman in general playing with somebody who has greater lung capacity, higher bone density, and I forgot the other thing that you said, they very well could be playing against another woman who has a much greater bone density and lung capacity. Why is that okay? Like, if you're saying that it's bad for women to compete against somebody who has a greater bone density, greater lung capacity, that person's absolutely going to play against somebody at some point in their life that has all of those things.
So as you're talking about generalities. You said you understand that males in general do have these physical attributes such as higher muscle mass, greater bone density, and greater lung capacity. In general,
right? On average.
So you're talking about a small minority. You're taking the minority and looking at it and saying this should be the norm, right? Yes, there is women, as you said, Doug, there are women that will play against my daughter, or there are girls that will play against my girls, because they're not women at this point in time. There are girls that playing against my girls that could have more muscle mass, that could have trained harder, and now are at the peak of physical conditioning to play against my daughters.
So why is that fair? Why is that fair?
Because they are on the same biological playing field, when in general, as you said, the general male already has these qualities based upon the biological stance of what they are. They are a man.
I see what you're saying, but then it's not about advantages. You just want people of the same sex to play with the same sex. It's not about advantages.
Absolutely.
Okay, but then that's not really a trait. Like, then you're just doing it because it's just because, right? Like, then you can't say it's about advantages then. And plus, when we're talking about trans men, trans women, they have to be on hormone therapy for 2+ years in order to play with their respective gender. So when that is the case, we see all of those differences go down to non-statistical differences, to where it wouldn't be such a great difference in general at all.
Well, Doug, as I seen Kamala Harris pushing towards making it a federal mandatory law, whereas
What would?
under Trump,
What would be a
the
federal mandatory
states
law?
Wait,
what would be a
Trump,
law? What would be a law? She didn't talk about trans people. I think she spoke about trans people one time, and it was because she was asked in an interview about it. Other than that, she shied away from it. Actually, I don't believe she would have done anything like that.
So under Trump, it has been left up to the states, and West Virginia just voted in that the biological sex and not the gender identity of a person will determine where they play. And I am so happy that my state, West Virginia, has the balls to actually do this.
Okay, so here's what so trans women now who are on, or trans men rather, who are going to be on TRT, you want them playing with females now? That's what's going to happen now. With those rules, with those laws, trans men who are on TRT are going to be playing with other women, cis women. That's going to be a huge advantage. That's going to be doing the exact same thing that you say you don't want to happen. Keep tapping, guys. 10,000 likes, new guest. But I want you to acknowledge that, though. That
I do not acknowledge that because of the
there's nothing not to
biological
acknowledge.
fact.
No. I don't think you heard what I said. Because of these laws,
about the TRT.
Okay, trans men who are typically born as female, right? According to these laws, they now have to play with other cis women. Okay, but these trans men are on TRT. Their testosterone is going to be 10 times higher than the women that they're playing with now. So you did all of this when the same issue is going to happen. Like the exact same thing that you say you don't want to happen will now happen in your state.
So do you understand that TRT does not drastically change the body makeup, the biological makeup of a person? I mean, it changes.
Oh my God! So you're
hormones.
Wait, so you're telling me
Doug.
right now? No. You're being willfully ignorant right now. Yes, trans men who are on TRT, they're going to have 10 times the higher testosterone, 10 times the amount of testosterone that typical women would have. I don't know why you went offline. That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy now it doesn't matter. That's wild. Yes, if they are on TRT, their testosterone is going to be in like between 500 and 1,000, something like that, nanograms per deciliter. Playing with women that typically have, again, about a tenth of that. And you're telling me that's going to be a huge advantage. So congrats. The very thing that you say you don't want to happen will now happen. We're looking for opposition and opposition only, guys. Keep tapping and sharing. Make sure you send in a heart me at the top left, and make sure you give me a follow at the top left if you're enjoying it. Charlie, what's up?
Hello, how are we doing, Doug? Are we doing fine? Are we doing okay?
I know.
Wow.
Guys, we're only looking for opposition, please. Only opposition. Hello, how you doing? Oop, I guess you're loading. Never mind. Candy, you are loading. All right, let's get to the next one. Remember, guys, just opposition. If you're watching on the tube, you can call on in. The phone number is on screen. All right, going down the list here. All right, maybe this person will come up. How you doing?
Doug.
Hey, I just need to know your age. How old are you?
How old am I? I'm, what am I? 24.
All right, what's up?
Doug, good to meet you. My name is Giles. What's your name's Doug, so it's
Doug.
a pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
All right, what's
Doug,
up?
listen, man. You guys got it all fucking wrong.
Okay.
All wrong. Listen, it's never been about left or right. It's always been about the U.S. people versus the government. And that's a fact, dude. You guys are arguing over nonsense right now. Just nonsense. It's the people versus the government. The government's the criminals, and the people should be together. They're not right now.
What about the government makes them the criminals here?
Well, let's see. Let's maybe take half our money. How about that? Let's start with that one.
Half your money's getting taken?
Oh, everyone's money's getting taken, Doug.
Half your money?
Well, sure. That might have been an exaggeration, but it's pretty damn close, isn't it?
No,
When
it's not.
when you consider taxes, land tax, you consider everything, sales tax, you consider everything that you pay for to the government. Maybe a side company of the government or
What?
somebody who
Tell
works
me
for the government. You know what I'm saying? You
what
know what I'm saying?
what
Like it's
countries
close to half.
what countries seem to have the lowest poverty rates, the people that have the most in their savings, the people that are less in terms of being paycheck to paycheck, anything financial wise? What countries seem to have the best outcomes?
Oh, I'm not saying that, man. I'm just saying
No.
like
But that's what you're
the
talking about. You just talked about money. You just talk about a
no,
financial
I'm talking about
situation.
money,
You
but
just did.
I'm just saying
Yes,
the
money.
American people are making a lot more money than.
So answer the question then. Answer the question. Which countries have the best outcomes when it comes to financial
Oh,
issues?
I wouldn't disagree with you there. The United States is the best country, 100%.
No. What country has the best outcomes when it comes to financial issues? What countries? Answer the question.
You're saying which country has the best
What
like
countries?
with
Which countries in general have the best outcomes when it comes to financial situations?
dude? I mean, I put America on top.
No.
What do you
Try
mean?
again.
What country has a better outcome when it comes to financial problems at all?
Financial issues. Are you serious? Every single country that has more of like a social democracy. Many countries within Europe would be prime examples of that.
Sure, but you have
This
less
isn't a
rights.
debate. This
Sure,
isn't a
you have
debate.
less rights though. You have less rights. I'll take rights over.
All of those countries, they don't have less rights. All of those countries have significantly better outcomes when it comes to any financial situation that you can think of.
Sure, I guess so. If
So,
you want to give up rights,
what
though.
rights don't they have? What rights don't they have? Tell me.
Oh, how about rights to bear arms?
What country can you not have a firearm in?
Oh, every other country besides the United States. I mean, I'm talking
Tell me what specific
I'm talking
country that you
free
can't have
rights to bear arms. I'm talking
what
free rights.
country what country are you not allowed to have a firearm in that outweighs them having significantly better health financial outcomes?
Okay, sure, Doug. I'll explain it to you. Listen, I have buddies in Canada. I have buddies in Russia. Neither one of those people could own an actual firearm that I own,
Okay.
and not
that's
being
more
checked by
important.
the government.
And that's more important to you than every citizen being better off financially.
It's very important. I don't know if it's
Okay,
more
but
important,
then you're gonna
have
to deal. Then you're gonna have to deal with shittier financial situations.
No,
over here.
that's not the
Yes,
case, man. That's
it
not
is.
what the four
It is.
founders.
But
That's
that's
not
what's
what the
happening
four
right now. I'm
founders
sorry.
put upon us, though.
It's wild that that's more important to you than people being better off financially, not living on the streets, not living paycheck
No, but that's
to paycheck.
not what the
That's more
Constitution
important
was
to you.
about, though, Doug. That's not what the Constitution was about, though, Doug.
Oh, okay. So again, you're just saying that is more important to you. That's all you're
just
telling
saying,
me.
like taxes started off with a war that increased taxes substantially, and then over time it's just increased more and more and more and more.
Taxes. Okay, once again, I don't know where we're getting at here. You've already acknowledged that those countries
Listen,
have
I'm just
all
saying
better,
the Constitution.
You've already acknowledged that they have better financial outcomes. You've already acknowledged that, all right?
Sure, but they lose rights in that case, though.
Oh my God, why is it so important to you that you have to have a firearm? Why is that so important to you?
Listen, because a tyrannical government can overthrow the people. That's why.
like the one that we're having right now. Sure, it's probably good to have a firearm, but the thing is, they don't have those issues.
Exactly,
they don't have those issues.
Good.
They don't have those issues in other countries.
Oh,
they don't.
They
I'm
don't.
sorry.
They don't.
They don't have those issues in other countries.
Really, really, they have no issues on that.
Tell me in any other developed country that has a social democracy where they have those issues at all. Tell me. Tell me. Don't do old Doug. You can continuously say that, but give me an example.
All right, let's just go with Russia or Canada. Let's start with those two.
Russia is not a country that I'm referring to.
Oh, okay, but they're not fully democracy, are they now?
I'm not talking about Russia. That was clearly not one of the countries I was referring to.
What countries are you talking about then, Doug?
I am talking about many countries within Europe. Canada, Australia would be one of them. New Zealand would probably fall into that as well. There's a bunch of other countries that would fall into.
Yeah, they have way less rights than us, Doug. They have way less rights.
What less rights do they have that's so important to you that you're willing to have all the citizens of the United States? You can continue saying Doug. You can continuously say that, but you're not giving me a reason as to why their lives are so much better than us here, and why you're just so willing to have the life here.
Tweets, man. They're getting locked up for tweets.
Give me an example. Give me an example of that.
The UK is getting locked up for tweets. That's a fact.
Give me an example. 15,000 likes, new guest, guys. Where? Tell me an
Sure, if
example.
you want to kick
Tell
me
me an
out, that's
example.
fine.
Give
But
me an example. Give me an example.
I
Give me an
said the
example.
UK. I said the UK.
So
I said
give
the
me a
UK is
specific
getting locked
example.
up for
Give me a
tweets.
specific example. Specific example.
Oh man, you want me to
Yep.
name the case
Specific
number?
example. Nope. I want you to
I'm
name
sorry, I
example
don't
of
have
what
that on
somebody
top
said.
of my head.
I want you. Okay.
You know it's
So
happening. I know
nope.
it's happening. Everyone knows it's
Nope.
happening.
Nope. Give an example.
Unbelievable.
Example.
Oh shit, dude! I know a bunch of them, but I don't know off the top of my head. It's
Okay, so you
happening,
don't have
Doug.
an example.
You want me to look it up for you, Doug?
I want you
look it
to
up
name
yourself?
something. I want you to prove that you don't fall for propaganda and that you actually look into things. And I want you to prove that you actually look into things when you hear it.
Listen, Doug, I started this conversation out right in the middle ground.
Go ahead and name it. Name it. Name where in these countries people are getting locked up for tweets and posts on social media. Go ahead and find that specific example. Because what's happening here is, again, you're just falling for things that you see on the internet. You read the title of it, and you just believe it. So provide that example. And we'll get to new guests at 15,000 likes, guys. Assuming he's not trying to draw, which I think he is. No? All right. Guys, you can't speak in vague platitudes here like you guys love to do. You're not going to just throw out these little talking points that you hear in Fox News and expect for me to just eat it up.
Hello?
No, you're like 4 years old. Goodbye. User, how you doing? What's up, user? Go ahead and unmute yourself. User, going once.
I
Hey, how
didn't
you
know
doing?
I could unmute myself. I didn't know I could unmute myself.
You could. All right.
Well, thanks, Doug. I
Example?
appreciate that.
Example?
But Doug,
I
it's
need
not
the
about
example.
the example, though.
Yes, it is.
We can
Yes,
move
it is. You're going to get muted again. Provide the example. Your argument is that they can't even tweet things. I want you to provide an example of where somebody's getting locked up for a tweet, specifically. Thank you, Andrew. Like, I don't know if you guys realize this or not. If you come onto my live, and probably most other people's lives, I'm not going to just believe it when you say something. I'm not going to just take your word for it, just as you're surely not going to do it with me. So I want you to provide specific examples.
I got a few for you, Doug. I got a few for you. Ready for it?
What's this example? Let's pull it up. What do you got? Keep tapping and sharing, guys. We'll get to new guests at 15,000 likes, but if he provides that example beforehand, we'll keep him.
Listen, there's a ton of them, Doug. I'm not making
Provide one.
it up.
Provide one. One.
I just did. Did you not listen?
You were off screen. Yeah, I can't hear you when you're off screen. Yeah.
Look her up. She was in prison.
I can't hear you. What's her name? I can't hear you when you're off screen. Right now, I cannot hear you. If you're talking, I cannot hear you.
Her name was Lucy Conley.
Lucy Conley. How do you spell Conley? CONNLEY or what? How do you spell it?
CONNL. Or sorry,
CONNOLLY.
Yes.
Okay. And then what do I type in afterwards?
Just look up UK in prison. I guess that'll do it.
In prison. All right. Let's see. Okay, so what are you claiming she's in jail for?
She said that it says she was in prison for 28 months or 31 months or something like that for a racial comment on X.
And what was the comment?
I don't know that.
Okay, but this is the problem. You just believe things when you read it, and you don't bother to look into any of the things.
So Google's lying to me now, huh?
No. What you should be doing is looking at what the actual tweet was.
I seen your live. I hopped in.
No. You are doing the issue in real time that I have a problem with all of you guys. You literally in real time just read the title of something and just believe it. You didn't bother to read what the tweet was. You didn't bother to read the context behind it or anything. You just believed it because it fit your narrative. So what is in the tweet? What is in the tweet? What is in the tweet? What is in the tweet?
Look it up.
What is in the tweet?
Look it up.
Read it for the whole entire chat here. Your claim. What is in the tweet?
Well, I mean, take an example. Take any of the examples. Read it for the chat right now.
Your claim. What is in the tweet? It was your claim. You tell us. You tell us. You're the one who made the claim. I want to see if you have the ability to actually look into shit that you search. Doesn't seem like it right now. Nothing.
I mean, you won't even give me time to read. I mean, shit, dude, I told you I just joined
Okay,
your
so you don't
live.
have it. We have 15,000 likes. Goodbye. If anybody else wants to come up and try to do the argument for him, you're welcome to do so. Again, this is the problem. You guys just Google things, you see something that fits your narrative, and you decide to believe it without looking into it. Hunter, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I just need to know your age. How old are you?
What's your
I just need to know your
take?
age first. How old are you? I just need to know your age. How old are you?
49.
All right, what's up?
So what's your take on women competing and men competing in the opposite sports? Like, what's your view? Like, what's your...
I don't. If you're talking about trans men playing with men, trans women playing with women, I think they should be allowed to.
Exactly.
I think they should be allowed to.
You think they should be able to?
Hmm?
Okay. So, in what way would that make it fair?
Well, sports are not inherently fair. If you want to watch something that's fair, don't watch sports.
So nothing currently in sports is fair?
No, if you want to watch something that's fair, I don't know why you're watching sports. But sports inherently are unfair.
So, in other words, if I want to say I'm a woman and I want to compete in women's sports, you would be okay with that?
No, so per the rules with any of these sports, you have to be on hormone therapy for 2+ years. So you can't just say you're a woman and then play with women. You would have to be on feminizing hormones for 2+ years.
Okay, so that's across the board in
Yes.
the Olympics and everything.
100% in the
so
Olympics.
what you're saying is if you go in there and you test and your levels are the same as everybody else, you can compete.
Yeah, if you're a trans woman playing with cis women, yeah, your hormone levels have to be within a certain range, yeah, and trans men with men.
I gotta say I would agree with you. If you can prove that this person doesn't really have a crazy tactical advantage over the other person through testing, but I don't know if you can give every test for that. I mean, I just don't like the idea of a woman in any sport, especially a physical sport, being just completely decimated by someone that has a tactical advantage.
But they don't, though. That's the thing. Like, we don't see trans women coming in first place.
We did see that. We saw that in the Olympics. They stripped away awards.
No. What I'm trying to say, you don't let me finish my sentence. We don't see trans women coming in first place at any higher of a rate than cis women come in first place. And you're about to give an example of 1 or 2 trans women that have come in first. Yeah, some have come in first. But I'm talking about as a whole, they don't come in first place at any higher of a rate. Meaning they're not quote unquote dominating.
Few of them because it's such
rate.
a low
That's
number.
why I'm using rate. I'm using the word rate percentage.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
makes
like
sense. Very low number.
For example, let's just use just real easy numbers here. These aren't the numbers, but let's just use it for the sake of the argument. Let's say there's 1,000 cis women and 10 of them come in first place, right? That would be a percent. Okay. So you got 1% there. Now let's say you have 100 trans women. 1 of them comes in first. It's a percent. The percent's the same thing.
Right.
It's the same thing. So as long it's the percentage does not change between them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. So, and I just think these things are not what we should be worrying about as a nation. I think there are far greater things for the nation for us to be worrying about than trans women, trans men, this or that. Like, these are all distractions from the issues that people really care about the most. I mean, affordable housing, affordable healthcare, affordable food, all the things that we all really should care about, not like trans people.
I agree with you. I agree.
Right?
With you.
And I think Republicans are really good. Republicans are very, very good, if I were to give them any credit, at demonizing specific groups of people and gaining their base to get angry at these groups of people. They're very good at that. And it causes them to not focus on the real issues.
But so are Democrats.
Oh, I don't think Democrats are perfect. I do not think Democrats are perfect.
Yeah.
I do not think they are.
You know.
I think as a whole they are better than Republicans, but they are not perfect. You're not going to see me defending everything that they do.
No. I mean, if we could go back 30 years to an old school Democrat, I would vote Democrat. But it's just, I don't know. It's just gotten too far.
What policies?
Everybody's going too far to one end. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's going too far to the right or too far to the left. Like, God, can we get
let me ask you. I don't know what's far left about current Democrats. Like current Democrats, the ones that are in power right now, that politicians, what are they doing that's so far left?
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of. It just depends. I mean, I live in Georgia, so you know, it's a pretty divided state now. But you know, it's a battleground state now.
Okay.
But traditionally, it's always been a conservative state. But I mean, I see certain things that are just I don't agree with. But I mean, it's on both sides with me.
But what would be that
just-
example? You said Democrats are too far left. What would be an example of something that they do that's so far left?
Just pushing like gender affirming care and stuff like that is, to me, it's just it's such a small percentage that's, like you said, why are we even worrying about that? You know?
That's my entire point. But who in Georgia, in your state, is pushing gender affirming care? What do you mean by pushing gender affirming care?
I don't think it's ever going to happen in Georgia, but it is happening in other states.
And guys, we'll get to new guests at 25,000 likes. But what do you mean by pushing gender affirming care?
Well, like just allowing there to be different things to basically taxation. I don't think we should anything involving that. We shouldn't be paying taxes towards that. I mean, it's a personal decision, in my opinion. It's not.
But okay, well, you already pay taxes towards a bunch of things, right?
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of shit that I don't want to pay taxes for, but I already am paying taxes for. But you know, I feel like
what are you losing? What are you losing by a trans person getting certain forms of gender affirming care? What is being lost in your life?
It's just another reason to raise taxes. I'm just saying if they were using specific things for that.
Democrats are not calling to raise taxes on anybody making below 400,000.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
They're
know
not
why
calling to raise taxes on them.
But just last year, every single Democrat voted down any person that made less than $78,000 not getting any not being taxed. They voted every single one of them voted against it.
Against what? Against what specifically?
There was a they were going to pass a law to where if you make less than $78,000, I may have not been in the state.
Wait, where was this? Where was
it? Was a
you got to give me the name of this.
I watched it the other day.
What's the name of it?
Let me go back. If you give me a second, I can come back in and I can tell you.
Yeah, I would like for you to do that. Yes, please do that. In the meantime, guys, that's fine. Yeah. Guys, in the meantime, keep tapping and sharing. If you're enjoying live on TikTok, make sure you send the heart me at the top left.
I'll get back on. I'll look it up for you.
Okay, now you can stay up here. Just if you can get it quickly, you can just come on back. And then if you guys are watching on the tube, if you guys want to subscribe and like the live as well, I do have the super chat goal there. Pay links are here in the bio if you guys want help. Not needed, but appreciated. All right. All right. We're going to get to the next guest shortly. Hang tight. We're looking for ups. All right. Well, he's going to find that on his own time. We'll get to the next one. Thank you, Eugene. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys send in the heart mail like Eugene just did. Hi, Jinx. Were you trying to speak to that person? Oh,
yeah.
The guy?
I just have questions. Like, it's silly, but yeah, love your lives.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Take care, okay? Hey, 773. What's going on? Goodbye, 773. All right. Waiting for the next guest here. All right. We're going to have to start inviting people out there because I think that's the last person in the box. Well, not actually. Chaos, are you loading? What's going on here? Chaos. All right, let's start invite. You're good, 773. You can come back up. Again, we're only looking for ops, so as long as you're opposition, you can come back up. I do live in America. You want to invite people? I don't know if I have room for another mod. I mean, I may. I have to see. I have to see who doesn't really mod for me anymore. There probably are a few spots I can clear up if you wanted to be one. Which one's the high school kid? 773? Oh, then no. If you hate it here, why are you still here? Nobody says I hate it here. I don't know where you got that from. You're probably referring to the little intro comment that I have, which is very, very clearly satire. You're probably referring to that. I always leave you out. What do I leave you out of? Yeah, if you're referring to the intro comment, it's clearly satire. And secondly, it's probably the most American thing that you can do to be able to criticize your own country. The least American thing, quote unquote American thing that you can do is just cheer on your country, just blindly, never criticize them. The only way that things can get better is by criticizing it. So it's weird that you don't want that to happen. And it's weird that you want people to move, somehow magically be able to spend a shitload of money, which most people do not have, just to move because they simply don't like it somewhere. Oh, it fell. Ooh, there's a big ridge down there. Like you should want the country to be able to improve. You should want the country to be able to get better. And if all we ever do is just continuously praise the country over and over and over again and never point out any flaws, they're not going to have any reason to get better. All right. So we are looking for ops, all right? Anybody that voted for Trump, please hit the request button at the bottom. If you're watching on YouTube, you can call on in. The phone number is on screen. On the tube it is. It's not on screen over here on TikTok. I have not done a fitness live in quite a while. I can start doing them again, I suppose. Not tons of people ever really came into it. Not that I didn't enjoy it. I did enjoy them, but what about migrants attacking Christians? What about anybody attacking anybody? If you care about people attacking other people, then maybe you should go after the people that attack others the most. And I'll leave that up to you to figure out what group of people that is. This is why I think you guys don't really care about the things you pretend to care about. You pretend to care about women when it comes to trans people. You pretend to care about citizens when it comes to undocumented migrants. Yet when we talk about the issues that affect people the most in regards to those groups, you stop giving a shit. You don't give a fuck about women when it comes to any other issue, when they're harmed significantly more by other issues than trans people. And when we're talking about citizens being unalived or harmed, you don't seem to really care about them outside of the topic of undocumented immigrants. That's the only time you care about them, which means you're just selectively getting angry. You don't really care about those issues. It's selective. It's so you can be able to demonize groups of people that you pretend to care about those other groups. You don't care about the soft judges? What's a soft judge? Is it a judge that rules against a thing that you don't like? Is that what a soft judge is? Any judge that rules against Trump, is that a soft judge? Eggs are cheaper. Eggs don't represent all of groceries. Believe it or not, there are other groceries besides eggs. Last time I checked, people don't just get eggs. So. Let me find a recent case with an immigrant. Nobody's claiming that there are 0 undocumented immigrants that have harmed people. Yeah, obviously that has happened. But you seem to care about the incredibly few cases of those versus, again, other groups of people that do those things at much higher rate. You don't seem to give a shit. Oh, so America says he's doing other things at the Democrats. I don't know what the fuck that means, but he's doing other things. So I guess the main thing that he ran on, the main thing that he said he would do on day one, he now cannot do. Got it. Okay. I agree things take time. Then maybe he shouldn't have lied and said that he would do it on day one. He shouldn't have lied and said that he was going to end the Ukraine war before he can enter an office, which is exactly what he said. He should have lied and said he would make gas and grocery cheaper starting on day one. I agree things take time. Then he shouldn't have lied, and you should be able to call him out. And you guys are not doing that. You guys are just either justifying it or looking past it. And this is why he continuously does what he does, because he knows that his base is not going to call him out. No New Wars said another one. He knows his base isn't going to call him out. Because their opinion is Trump's newest opinion. Trump says we have to go through a war with Iran. That's your guys' new opinion. Hey guys, how you doing? What's up? Hey, I just need to know your age. How old are you?
I'm 21.
All right, what's up?
Did you say undocumented people do less crime than native-born people?
Oh yeah, per capita they commit much less crime than people born here in the U.S.
So how are they gathering this data? Because I know I've seen like a lot of police body cam videos, and a lot of the time when they catch undocumented immigrants, they drop the charges. Or some of these police, they will admit on camera that how they don't deal with ICE or federal law enforcement or none of that. And some of the judges, like if it's like charges like that, they drop the charge. So how are they? Where's this data coming from?
Where is this happening that undocumented immigrants are committing crimes and they're just getting let go left and right?
I don't know if it's left and right. That's all I was asking. How are they gathering this?
They gather it by...
and who's doing the gathering of the data?
Yeah, so I can pull up the data over here. However, though... yeah, let me get it here. But either way, yeah, they would gather it by if somebody murders somebody, right? They're arrested. If they're undocumented immigrant, they fall into that data. If not, if they're born here, they fall into the other part. That's it.
Yeah, but do they classify them as undocumented, or do they classify them as like a murderer? Like if an illegal murder somebody, do they have a part for like, this is an illegal immigrant that murdered somebody?
Just because.
He's just a murderer.
Hold on. I'm streaming on TikTok. TikTok doesn't like it when you say that word, so just say schmurder or unalive or something like that. Yeah, or unalive or whatever. I know it's a silly word, but anyway. So what were you saying?
Okay. Yeah. So when the undocumented immigrant is charged with unaliving, or if they're convicted with unaliving, do they? When they gather the data, do it says that these are undocumented, or do they just say, "Oh, he's an unaliver," or he's a murderer, or something like that?
No. So what?
Do they mention the fact that they're?
So I have the data here, and this is actually, by the way, on the National Institute of Justice. So this is on the governmental website, by the way. But so, for example, this first chart over here, this is overall offending rates by citizenship / documentation status. This looked at over a 6-year span. So it looks at arrest per 100,000 persons. So the lowest would be undocumented immigrants who commit roughly like 400 per 100,000 arrests. And these are arrests. And we can go to the other crimes in a bit. While U.S. born commit about 1,000 per 100,000. And that's just for overall arrests. Now, when we look at violent crime, we see undocumented immigrants about 100 per 100,000, while U.S. born is like about 220 per 100,000.
So the undocumented, and so when these undocumented people, are some of these people repeat offenders?
This doesn't go into whether they are repeated offenders or not. That's not talking specifically about that. It's just about the violent crimes and arrest rates, or just overall offending rates.
Okay, yeah, sure. So, do you think it's a problem that some law enforcement, some local law enforcement agencies, when undocumented, I don't know if you see I don't know if you watch body cam videos, but when they say that, we don't work with ICE we don't work with federal law enforcement. Do you think that's like a problem?
What they don't. So what are you suggesting? That an undocumented immigrant commits some sort of crazy crime and they just get let go? Is that what you're telling me happens?
No, not necessarily a crazy crime, but like even if it's something like theft, like petty theft, or they steal some clothes. And, I watch videos of undocumented people get arrested, and, the undocumented immigrant will start freaking out, saying, oh, I don't want to be deported, please, please. And the cop will say, oh, we don't work with ICE. Like, I've seen that a lot in a couple of videos.
Okay. I think what you're doing is, and a lot of people do this with a bunch of different things. They see certain videos or clips of something, and they just somehow assume these things are happening and widespread, right? Right. Like, so even if things like this do happen, and you're not, and other context that we don't know about in the videos still substantiates what you're saying, this still doesn't represent undocumented immigrants as a whole, though, right? And these videos don't show what happens after the fact. They show you the things that you want to see. That's why you have to take with a grain of salt any clips or videos that you see on the internet and then extrapolate it to the entire community.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? You broke up a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be careful about seeing a video of a certain group of people do something, or somebody that happens to be a part of a certain group, and then saying, hey, this group does this a lot, because you happen to see a couple of videos of it. And just because, like, I don't know, like, again, it sounds like you're suggesting that they just get let go and to be free if they commit a crime. That's not how things work.
Yeah, but you do agree that, like, if an undocumented person commits theft, that they should be deported.
Yeah, we have laws here in this country. If you are here without the proper documentation, right, and you broke laws to come in, and then you somehow get caught or whatever, yeah, you get sent back. That's how these things work.
Oh, okay. So we can both agree that if they commit theft or violent crimes, they should be deported immediately.
If somebody's an undocumented immigrant and they get caught, yeah, that happens, right? But I don't see what this has to do with the large argument. And guys, we'll get to new gets at 35,000 likes. We're looking for opposition, please.
Yeah, because some undocumented people they get left or they get like a court date, and then they won't return. Like they can't. They got to see a magistrate or something.
Okay, your audio is cutting out. Your audio is cutting out a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I good now?
I mean, you're okay-ish. That's fine. But so what is it you're trying to, like, what's your overall point? I'm curious as to what you're trying to get at over here. Like,
I'm saying my overall point. I'm saying there's like
your audio is getting really shitty, man. It's getting really shitty.
Is it good now?
It's a little choppy. If you're outside somewhere, call back when you're in a better area or something like that. I'd like to continue the conversation, but it's difficult to hear. Just call him back. Just call him back. I know you can hear me on YouTube. Just call him back, okay? When you have better connection. He needs to give another $1 trillion to the military. Oh yeah, that sounds like real fiscal responsibility. Let's just throw another $1 trillion. Why not? All right, guys, we are looking for ops, okay? Hey, guys, how you doing? What's going on?
Good day.
I just need to know your age. How old are you?
I'm a man. I'm not a child.
Again, how old are you?
I'm a man. I'm not a child.
I need to know your age. You have to say it for TikTok terms of service. Say your age.
What is age? What is age?
If you don't say it, I'm dropping you. What's your age?
What is age?
Goodbye. It's not that hard to answer a basic question. You guys are seriously like fucking children. It's crazy. You guys are like, well, immigrants just need to follow the law. And then when we're on TikTok, there's certain rules and regulations you have to follow, and you refuse to fucking do it. So you're struggling to do the exact same thing that you want fucking immigrants to do. You can't even do it on a much fucking smaller scale. You become a snowflake when it comes to somebody asking you a question. Oh yeah, they need to comply. Comply or be unalived. In this case. Again, guys, we are looking for ops. If you vote for Trump, hit the request button. I think a few people called in earlier when I had a guest from YouTube. So if you want to call them back, you're able. You can do so. Do you have a banked kick? I unfortunately don't keep track of yours, but I'm almost certainly sure that you do, Tammy. Yes. I'm sure you do. All right, let's see what the YouTube comments are saying. They go to jail. Any human being that steals, that pulls a crime, goes to jail. They don't look at documents. They look at the crime. What? If you're referring to the data I was talking about, yes. If you get arrested for something and you are undocumented, it gets put into that data that we were just talking about. Dumbest channel on YouTube. Hell yeah. Just wasted 3 minutes of my life. Good. I'm happy I was able to do that for you. Oh, guys, I made it. Somebody made a post about me in the TikTok debate snark. Does that mean I made it? That's pretty good, right? That's never happened before. To the person who responded to the post on Debate Snark, you are wrong. It's not that person. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it if I'm getting posted over there. It was a stupid post too. It was something that I said you could have just DM'd me about, but they decided to make a post about it apparently. But okay, that's stupid, Eugene. It's a stupid thing. I'll read it. What moderator got demodded and called out in Dougielifts Alive? Doug said he demodded someone, for being ableist. Did anyone catch who it was? Would I mention that in the live earlier? It was like a 2-minute thing. I said, hey, if you really want to know, you can DM me. But I guess make a post instead, sure. I swear some people just want drama. It seems like it. Like, come on. They do thrive on it. They want to be able to, like, not everything needs to be public, guys. Not every single issue that occurs has to be public. It has to be made a live stream about, okay? Certain things are warranted for that. Certain things, if they're very, very small in terms of like who it affects or whatever, it can be dealt with in private. It doesn't need to be a whole thing. I seem to always be going, it's not even drama. It's manufactured drama. Vance ain't winning shit. I don't think he will. I mean, his polling is horrible. All right, we have some minute requests. Richard, come on up. Hi, Richard.
You're an absolute loser, bro. Why don't you go ahead and grow up already?
I appreciate it, man. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 23. Is this what you do for a living? You sit up here and spew nonsense on TikTok?
Did you vote for Trump?
No shit, buddy.
Okay, cool. So why do you continue
You
to
don't
support
have to have such a fucking attitude with me for no reason when I'm trying to just be up here and actually have a nice, educated conversation with you. You've always fucking giving me lip and shit.
That's fine. So why do you support Trump, though?
And maybe because he's actually got a fucking backbone for this country. He actually stands on shit. He actually, like...
Okay. Like what? Can you give an
It doesn't
example?
get bought out by corporate lobbyists and shit. I mean, like, fucking Kamala. You want a radical Democrat who they can
Do you mind
take some
giving an
fucking
example?
office?
Yeah, give a specific example of Trump having a backbone.
Yeah, I mean, he first came into politics and put his foot down and let you guys know, hey, These people are fucking in here stealing money from you and shit. You had fucking Nancy Pelosi and shit fucking stealing
Trump,
billions of
wait,
fucking
but
dollars and shit.
Trump has engaged in more insider trading this last year than Nancy Pelosi did in the
Oh,
last
dude,
25 years.
fucking
Yeah,
bullshit.
so Richard,
Show me where.
Richard, if you actually care about these things, you would be disowning Trump right now, but you're not doing that. Trump has
Oh,
also
fuck,
enriched
dude.
himself by nearly $2 billion since he's been president last
That
year, off of the
bullshit.
back
Show
of
me where's
American
that
citizens.
at.
So you can look at his
Show
net
me where
worth. That's
that's
public.
at,
That's
huh?
public information.
Little
Richard.
weasel.
You're being willfully ignorant over here. So tell me how he has a
How is it public
backbone, though.
information?
Tell me how, because it's public information. So tell
Yeah,
me how he
show
has
me
a
where, and then I'll
backbone,
believe
though.
you, huh?
That wasn't an example of a backbone. Tell me what he has done right
Oh
now in
my
this term that
gosh,
makes him
here we
having a
go
backbone.
with you radical liberals,
Yep.
dude.
Okay. I know.
Don't
Because
fucking
we
know shit.
push you guys to actually provide
He
examples,
cares.
and
Well,
you
he
guys don't
actually
do
is a
that on your
guy.
side. You guys don't
Okay,
do
let
that
me
on
tell
your
you,
side at all.
he's a
So you're
guy
about
who
to
has a
pivot. You're about to
daughter.
pivot to something else. Yep. Here we
No,
go.
I'm
Go ahead
telling you
and give
how
an
he has a
example. Go
backbone
ahead
right
and give an
now.
example. Go
Yeah,
ahead
I'm
and give
telling
an.
you right now, you little weasel,
Okay.
you little
How
mole.
but something policy wise that actually helps
Yeah, so
American
he's a guy
citizens
who actually has a daughter. He has a
that he wants to
granddaughter.
fuck. That he wants to
Yeah,
fuck.
oh my god,
He's
dude. Here
he
we
said his
fucking go.
he said he would sleep with his daughter if it wasn't his daughter. He
No,
said
he
that.
didn't. He said he would
He
date
absolutely did.
her.
Absolutely said that. Absolutely said that. He
No, he didn't. He said
said that
date.
he also has said he has sex in common with her. But sure.
Oh my, that's
But hey,
bullshit.
that's the guy that you're hanging your hat
That's
on. That's
fucking
cool.
bullshit. You listen to AI videos and
That's
you
the guy
believe
that
it,
you're
bro, because
hanging
you're
your hat on.
grandpa.
Yeah, okay. So give me an
Let me
example of
explain
him
something to
policy
you.
wise. Example of a policy
Yeah, he
that shows
doesn't
that he
want
has.
women being in the same boxing
Give me a
ring as
policy.
men. Do you think women should be able to box men? That's a policy. Transgender is not allowed in sports.
What's the policy? Show me the policy.
Policy equals transgender,
What's
no
the policy?
sports.
What's the policy?
Something, I don't know what bill was passed
What's
for
the
it
policy?
specifically, dude.
Yeah, show me
I don't
what
know
the
the name
policy
of the
bill is.
bill or nothing. I mean, what do you
So
want me
show
to
me
know
the
the
policy
name
or
of the
bill.
bill?
Show me what Trump did to cause this thing that
Yeah,
you were
go
talking
ahead
about.
and look it up.
Your claim, not mine.
You just told me to look it
Your
up earlier
claim,
about the
your claim,
information
not
you gave
mine.
me, dude.
Your claim, not mine. Go ahead.
Yeah, you made a claim too, and you're like, "Oh, it's public information,
Your
bro.
claim,
It's
not
public."
mine. Go ahead. Your claim, not mine.
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
god, you're such a fucking pussy.
Do you want me
I'd
to
kick
show
the
you?
fucking
Do you want me
shit
to
out
show
of
you his net worth going up 2 trillion or 2 billion in the last year? You want me to show you that?
Oh yeah, 2 trillion. Oh
2
my
billion.
god, he's Elon Musk.
You want me to show you?
No, you're a
Do you want me to
fucking
show you the
idiot, dude.
evidence of his
Yeah,
net
show
worth
me,
going up
since
by 2 billion?
you're the guy who wants
Okay.
evidence.
So
For
when
that,
I show you evidence of his when I show you evidence of his net worth going up by 2 billion, you're gonna say, "Hey, I'm right and you're wrong," right? When I show you it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, nobody cares about what you even have to say, bro.
Yeah, go ahead. Your masculinity is really showing here. All right, so if we go to Forbes, is Forbes good enough for you, or is that a liberal source?
Forbes is literally.
Is it a liberal source?
Forbes was literally
Liberal
funded
source?
by a Jewish liberal. You know that, right?
Great. What source is okay with you
Nothing
that I
against
can
Jewish
use?
people, though. By the way.
Sure. What source can I use that's not fake news?
I don't know. True Social actually comes directly from the fucking government. You fucking jackass.
True Social. You want me to use True Social?
Yeah, bring it up. Pull it up on there. If it's not on there, then why the fuck? What am I believing? What are we even talking about again, dude?
Where
How
does
much of a bitch you are?
Where does True Social talk about somebody's net worth?
Yeah, it should show you in one of the article links. I don't have
What
it
article?
but
An
that's
article?
Sure.
Yeah, you have like an IQ of a fucking gnat. No
Oh
kidding
yeah,
why you
here we
voted
go
for
with
Trump.
the insults, little bitch.
No kidding why you vote for Trump. You have like the intellectual capacity to like not be able to grasp anything whatsoever. Like just the way that you talk about how you find information is really fucking pathetic. Like you don't even know the first link to find any accurate piece of information. Your ability is like lacking completely. It's really fucking bad. Actually, you use Truth Social as your primary source, which is wild to me. You don't even know how to look up somebody's net worth. You don't even have the capacity to do that.
I do, bro. You literally go to Google and look up humans' net worth and.
Okay, so when I type in Trump's net worth and Google it, that would be okay, right?
Sure, go ahead, bro. It depends on what
cool.
article it comes from, though, because Google's just a search engine.
So
did you
all
know
the
that?
one.
Wait,
okay,
did you
so
know
Trump,
that Google's
so
just a
Trump's
search
net,
engine, you
so
little
Trump,
weasel?
So Trump's net worth was at 2.3 billion at the end of 2024. It's at 6.5 now.
Okay, I don't believe that.
Okay, have a good rest of your day.
You're a bitch, bro. I'll kick your.
No, you won't. You're a pussy ass bitch. You're not going to do that. You have artificial balls behind a computer screen. You ain't doing shit. Everything you just said right there is stuff that you wish you can say to people in real life, but you just don't have the ability to do that. All right. Hey guys, I'm going to restart because I want to see if we can probably get more people in here. So I'm going to restart. Make sure you guys give me a quick follow. And hopefully we get some people up. All right, guys, I'm back. How y'all doing? Okay. Do I have something in a request box? Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Hello, Stormy. What's up? How you doing, Logan?
Good.
Hey, how old are you?
18.
18. Okay. And did you vote? Or do you support Trump?
No.
Okay. I'm only looking for people to debate with. Is there a reason why you requested?
I just want to say he hasn't made gas and groceries cheaper yet because he's a liar.
I would agree with you, but I am looking just for opposition. But I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Bye-bye.
We're gonna bring it down. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Why is everyone? I don't know. Some of them are making it up, but whatever. Hey, Clueless, what's up?
What?
I just need to know your age. How old are you?
25.
25? All right, sounds good. And you voted for Trump and support him?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you support him?
Because he's good.
Good at what?
Getting all the chuds out of the country.
Cool. All right. Keep tapping and sharing, everybody. We're looking for real opposition, preferably ones that I didn't speak to already. I don't know. Crazy ass people here. He doesn't own these companies. Correct, Dad. So he shouldn't have said that he would lower gas and groceries on day one if he doesn't have the ability to do so. I'm glad you got the point. I'm glad you grasped it. That was good. But it's weird. You guys didn't have that same energy a few years ago with Biden. Not at all. All right, guys. Let's try to get the likes on up if you can. That's a huge double standard. Yeah, we're very, very scared of you. So scared. So scared. Thank you. If y'all can send another harmony just like the princess just did, that would be helpful. He is very illiterate, Jenna. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Oh my gosh, it's already almost 7. I gotta wake up early tomorrow. I have a 6 a.m. client tomorrow, which I'm not looking forward to. Hillary Clinton, right? Yeah, I think going live at noon Eastern time, like what I have been doing, is probably the best time. That seems to be where we tend to get like the most people on up. So I think that's probably a good time for me to continue doing that moving forward. But yeah, I'll try my best to be able to go live consistently around that time. I don't see why I can't. I don't typically have clients around that time. So I think I should be able to make that a consistent thing. If I make it a consistent thing long enough, I will actually make it an official start time, noon Eastern time. Gas is not cheaper. Gas is currently $4.06 nationwide as an average. When Trump entered office, it was $3.19. You are wrong, Carl. And before you say, well, where I live it is cheaper, no, it is not. If we pull up your state, if we pull up your city, it will not be cheaper. You will be wrong about that as well. That's also how averages work. I don't even need to look up where you live to know it's not cheaper, because when on average gas goes up, say like 20%, typically gas in your area is going to go up 20% as well, typically speaking, right? The starting point may be lower or higher, but the rate at which it changes will be similar. That's how it works. So having said all of that, since gas is not quite, but almost $1 more expensive than when Trump entered office, as a percent, would that be 319? I mean, a little less than 33%. Gas where you are is probably going to be a little less than 33% higher than when it was when he entered office. So, but you're welcome to prove me wrong, which I don't think you're going to do. Is this all I talk about? When I live stream, yes. Not specifically just this topic. I mean, I talk about politics when I live stream, yeah. If you're talking about in my life, no. When I end the lives, I typically don't do anything politically related. I typically don't talk about anything politically related, except just staying consistently informed enough so I can continue to do this. Go to Dem States and check the prices. Well, you're talking about all of the places in which it's the cities that people typically go to. You're talking about state like Los Angeles, for example, LA, right? Chicago, New York. Typically all of the big cities are places people tend to live and tend to go to. Yeah, that's why things are more expensive. When there's a higher demand, things tend to go up. That's how things work. Unless you can tell me what specific Democrat policies inherently cause things to be more expensive than Republican policies, then I don't think you can pin it on them like what you're trying to do right now. How can he? He can't. Neza, he can't. That's the point of the life. All right, I'm going to give it a few more minutes. If not, I'll probably going to do my seed oil live. This is a good time to do it since we don't seem to be getting too many people at this live. That way I can do that. Because if I get a lot of people on this live, I don't really want to change it to my seed oil one. But I like doing that one, so we may do that. Especially since I haven't done one in a while. Yeah, there we go. I got one taker for that live. Trump did lie to get elected. He did for sure. His current approval, I think I checked it yesterday, but what is it today? It's not like it's going to change all that much. Let's see. Net approval is currently at minus 18.6. It did go up, so it hit a low of minus 20.2 in May, like the endish of May. His net approval was minus 20.2 points. It did go up to minus 17. Now then it went back down to 18.6. Yeah, that is really bad. That's at this point of a presidency, the worst approval rating of any president in history. Yeah, I'm trying to bring them up. I tried to bring them up. I don't know what happened. So, hi, how are you doing?
Good, dog, and you?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
53.
Alrighty. And did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you still support him?
I don't fully support him. There's a lot of his policies I'm not happy with.
Okay, let me ask it a different way. If you can go back in time, knowing what you know now, and vote in the 2024 election again, would you vote for him still?
Well, that's a tough choice because both parties were increasing prices and cost of goods. The Biden economy increased our national debt from 26 trillion to 36 trillion.
No. That's completely made up. You're telling
it's
me
not. It's
the
a
debt
fact.
went up. You're telling me the debt went up $16 trillion.
$10 trillion. $10 trillion.
You said 20 to 36.
26 to 36 trillion.
26 to 36. I want you to show data that his debt went up that, but no. We won't get past this because this is important.
That's widely available information.
No. I want you to show that his debt went up that, not the 10-year average of, because what they do is it's previous policies.
National debt went from 26 to 36 trillion.
Oh my God, hold on, Just Jay. So when debt is calculated, it's usually on a 10-year span. That's how it is, right? So debt from previous administrations get added on to it as well, just as debt from Biden will get added on to this administration. So what I'm asking is, from his policies alone, how much did the debt go up? From his policies alone.
$10 trillion.
4.3 or 4.6, I think it might be.
Well, that's clever accounting.
It's not clever. It is not. No. We're talking about.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about his policies that went up.
What are you talking about? No.
Because
what are you talking about, Doug?
What you're trying to tell me is that Biden he raised the debt by $10 trillion. He did not raise the debt by $10 trillion at all. And if you want to go talk about the debt, maybe you talk about it under Trump. His two terms combined, by the end of this one, he's going to be responsible for well over a third of the debt that we've had.
Trump has not lowered gas and grocery prices because Trump.
Grass. You're right. He hasn't lowered grass prices. You're right. He hasn't lowered grass prices.
In Trump's tenure, he's raised the national debt by about $5 trillion, which is a total failure. But Biden raised the national debt by $10 trillion.
Provide a source.
Doug, your clever accounting's not fooling anybody.
Provide a source.
It's readily available. You can't deny reality.
Provide a source.
All your followers can see for themselves.
Great. Then you providing a source will prove me wrong in real time. You should do that. Go ahead.
Let's look up the National Treasury and the average national debt from Biden's term, and then you can see that it rose a lot under Trump's term as well.
Again,
you can't just isolate Biden's individual. He's responsible for the entire economy.
Just Jay. Jesus Christ. We're talking about his policies. He can't control Trump's policies from the term before him. How the fuck can he control that? You want him to have a time machine? That's what you're expecting him to have. Okay? We can only talk about the total economy. We can only talk about the policies or the debt of the policies associated with it. That's it. Why would you talk about policies not associated with him? That makes no sense whatsoever.
You're trying to make the argument that Biden was not responsible for the direction of the total economy, only his policies?
No.
That's what you're saying, though?
Now you're conflating two different things. I'm not talking about the economy. We're talking about the debt. You're purposely conflating two different things. If you want to talk about the economy, yeah, he oversaw the economy, so to speak, right? Sure. But there are a lot of measurements that go into the economy. I don't know what you're using to measure it, but we're talking about the debt right now.
Doug, I think that the president's job.
Tell me how Biden is responsible for the debt increase by Trump's first term, or even Obama. Tell me how Biden was responsible for that. And yes, do it without yelling. Talk in a normal voice.
I don't know why you put me on mute 700 times already, but I think the president's job is to be a fiduciary of the economy, a responsible steward. And if they see, if they see that the current policies are taking us in a bad direction. He should have made changes. Under Biden's 4 years, the national debt went up $10 trillion. And to me, that's not acceptable.
So just say, once again, for like the 78th time, show me where Biden, by his policies, increased the debt by $10 trillion.
I don't care about his individual policies.
Okay, but then what you're saying is fucking stupid because you're trying to say that Biden, he is solely responsible, or he was responsible for debt accumulated by somebody else's policies. Again, you're expecting to have him make him have a time machine. That's absolutely insane. Now, if you're talking about the economy in general, shut up. If you're talking about the economy in general, that's a different story, and we can talk about the economy in general. We're talking about the debt right now, okay? And we can talk about the economy in general. We can talk about how Biden oversaw the lowest unemployment rate in history. We can talk about that.
It doesn't matter if you have $10 trillion
we can talk about the most jobs created in history. We could talk about that as well if you want. So I'm not sure what you're trying to get at here. So tell me how Biden and his policies
This is what I'm trying to get at. If Trump had a bunch of fucking stupid policies that were blowing up our economy, creating inflation,
you're conflating two different things again. We're talking about the debt, not the economy. Stop doing that. And I would apply this to Trump too, right? If we're talking about the debt increase under Trump, I wouldn't be talking about the debt that Biden was responsible for. I would talk about only what it is for Trump. That's how I would do that, because it would be stupid to tack onto the debt from Biden or Obama to Trump in this conversation. That would be stupid. Because we're trying to talk about who's better for the economy, right? So I'm talking about what actions of these presidents influence the economy in what direction. That's what we're talking about here. So I'm applying this to Trump as well. He's not responsible for the debt created by Biden or by Obama. Why the fuck would he be responsible for that? That makes no sense.
Trump's first.
He raised it $8 trillion. He raised it $8 trillion.
Was a failure
he raised it $8
in terms of monetary.
Yeah, he raised it $8 trillion.
Correct. So Biden.
4 trillion. 4 point something trillion. 4 point something trillion.
In my opinion, if Biden was a good steward of the economy, he would have corrected that. But he increased it by another $10 trillion.
You can't change the policies of a previous president. What are you expecting him to do?
Yes, you can.
No,
yes, you can.
Can't.
What are you talking about?
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. You can't change the policy of a previous president when it comes to the debt. I don't know why you're trying to do this.
So you're saying Biden could have made a number of executive orders to try to reduce the debt and reverse that?
An executive order doesn't reduce the debt.
Well, our economy's going to crash.
You're telling me you could just do an executive or write an executive order, just lower the debt. That's what you're telling me. You know nothing about this at all.
If somebody doesn't do that, our economy's going to crash.
You know nothing about this at all. So why again do you support Trump? Because that was the initial question.
Well, I'm saying that Trump has failed as well. He's raised the debt by another $5 trillion. Okay, and that's a big problem.
Hold on. Okay, I'm asking why you still support him.
There's a lot of things I don't support about him. I'm not
talking about the things you don't support. Why in general do you still support him?
I think the Democrats are horrible for the U.S. and our culture.
I'm going to ask it again. Why in general do you support Trump? Why in general do you support Trump? Don't mention Democrats. We're talking about Trump.
I don't fully support Trump.
If you can go back in time, would you still vote for him?
I think that as bad as he is, he's still better than Biden and
Okay,
Harris.
so you support Trump. So why do you still support him?
Culturally, Democrats are horrible for the country.
Why do you still support Trump for the millionth time without mentioning Democrats?
He's better culturally for the country than the other choice, which was Democrats.
Without mentioning Democrats,
here in New York, for example, the Democrats got rid of
without mentioning Democrats, why do you still support Trump?
Why do you not want me to mention the Democrats? That's my other choice.
Because we're talking about Trump here. Why do you still support him?
There was a third party, like Marjorie Taylor Greene or Candace Owens. I'd vote for them.
Why do you still support Trump for the millionth and first time?
Hey, Doug, I think you've been on the show way too many hours.
Why do
because
you
you're not
support Trump? Why do you support Trump? Answer the question directly, please. Why do you still support Trump?
some of his economic policies.
Okay, cool.
But
What
I do
economic
not
policy?
support.
What economic?
I
I don't talk. We're not talking about what you don't support. Why do you support his economic policy? Which one?
I like the no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. I like some of his the direction.
Okay, so tell me how that tax plan has benefited and will
in some ways like relying more on tariffs.
Tell me how
federal taxes.
Tell me how the tax plan benefits America or Americans as a whole.
Well, you know, a lot of people. Well, if you collect Social Security, you don't have to pay taxes on that. That's a great thing.
Tell me what? Do you not know his tax plan?
Yeah. I mean, I know the parts that affect me and my family.
I don't think you do.
My father collects Social Security and he doesn't have to pay taxes on that.
Oh my God! Tell me how the tax plan in general helps American citizens. I don't think you understand his policy at all. His tax policy.
I had a tax.
I really don't think that you do.
Well, that's what you think. I don't care.
No,
I don't really care what you think.
Tell me how his tax policy benefits American citizens as a whole.
Well, look, as a whole, I think he's failing us because he's creating inflation. So he's not really benefiting us. He did exactly what the Biden Harris administration did as well.
Oh my God! Why don't you answer the question? How does his
tax
plan? How does his tax plan benefit Americans? How does his tax plan benefit Americans?
It doesn't particularly benefit Americans.
Then why do you support it? And I don't. Where did you get this thing about Social Security? Where did you get that?
No
from?
tax on Social Security, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime.
No. Explain no tax on overtime. Tell me what your understanding of that is.
You take the part that you made on overtime, not your entire salary, just that part. And then you can write it off on your taxes, which I did. And I got about $1,000 back, which I'll take.
What are
it's not making me rich, but it helps a little bit.
What are the provisions to that?
That you can only take the part on overtime, not the entire part of your salary.
No. What is the no tax on overtime? What are the provisions of that?
I don't believe I don't know every provision. I just was able to write it off on my own taxes.
Oh my God. So you don't even know what it is?
I got my tax refund back. I was happy with it. And
that's not answering the question, though. But the question is compared to what,
Are you being serious, Dog, by asking me if I know every provision on this particular
Yeah, because it should be relevant to you. It should be relevant to you.
I only care about the bottom line, which is I got some money back.
Okay, but the question is how much compared to what?
Compared to not getting anything back, I got about $1,200 back.
But the option wasn't getting nothing back. You in your head thinking, hey, I got 1,000 back. Without this, I would have gotten 0. No.
So how do you suggest I think about this?
The question is, how much would you have gotten back with, like, compared to what it was before? Not compared to nothing. That would be the difference that you're supposed to be looking at. And again, I'm asking how this helps Americans as a whole, this tax plan. Why are these tax provisions, why are these tax exemptions, why are they not permanent? If he truly cares about them. Why are they not permanent? But why are they permanent on...
That's a good question. I don't have the answer to that.
Okay, but he also has tax breaks on the ultra-rich that are permanent. So I don't see how that helps America as a whole.
I don't think the right-left thing is a good thing, Doug. I think we need to really stop that, because once it's no longer right and left, it's us versus them, and that's a much better dynamic. And I don't think that you're promoting that dynamic.
Who's them?
I don't think the government. The government.
Okay, I don't know why you do that. Oh my God, dude! Listen, it's not about. I don't know where you're getting that. I'm playing into right versus left thing. Yeah, for sure.
You're creating that dynamic in your show every day. I listen to you, and that's the dynamic you're pushing. And I don't think that's a benefit to Americans.
What I'm doing is I'm trying to show people, I'm trying to educate people what the Republican Party has been currently doing and how they are harming American citizens versus what the Democrats would do in comparison. I don't think Democrats are perfect. I think there's a lot of issues with them, but that's what I'm talking about over here. And if you don't want somebody who's so divisive, you shouldn't have voted for Trump, who is the most divisive president in history.
Well,
by
I
far.
voted for him because I viewed him as a third party at the time. But let me ask you a question. Do
But
you agree
he's doing that thing that you don't want me to do. Hey, do you follow Schnazi? Why am I getting comments that you follow Schnazis?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a Jewish New Yorker, and you're talking about Schnazis with me. I mean, whoever made that comment's a fucking idiot, obviously. You got a lot of morons following you. What can I say?
So, Straya Made, do you know who that is?
Oh, yeah, I listened to them. They're fucking insane. Your show's way better. Straya is literally mentally unstable. Anyway.
Why do you follow this person, though?
This isn't about Straya.
But why do you follow them, though?
Well, it's entertaining. I like to hear what other people are saying, but I'm convinced the right-left narrative needs to really end. And let's start with something we can agree with.
Then you shouldn't have voted for Trump if that's what you want to end. Hold on, TikTok. I'll let you go to that.
Well, I didn't know any better. But let's start with something that we can all agree with.
Okay, hold on. Tammy, thank you for the $10. Oh my God. Tammy, thank you for the $10 on Blue Out to me. It says, so he got an extra $1,200, but how much more did our costs go up? Terrace, high groceries and gas. I'm sure he paid more than he got back. No, I'm sure he did with all those things in addition. He actually probably didn't make a net positive change in what he made. Hey, TikTok, what's up?
Hey, man, what's going on?
It's going.
I just hate the excuse that I got a little extra money on my tax return to justify the reasoning for attacking marginalized communities.
Let me ask both of you an important question.
Can you respond to what he said? Can you engage?
Can both of you get behind? Can both of you get behind national debt being a problem? Yes or no?
God, I want you to respond to what he just said.
I want you to respond to my question. Can you get behind the fact that national debt is a problem? Yes or no?
I want you to respond to what TikTok said.
I want you. Can you agree that it kills the middle class? Yes or no?
I want you to respond to what TikTok said.
Yeah, that's just a deflection.
Both parties.
So how much money would I have to give you for you to be acceptable for me to attack, let's say, gay people? Like, you witnessed me attacking
Hey, dog, get
gay
this
people,
fucking
and
get this
I
idiot
turn
off
to
the
you and I
line.
say, hey, man, here's $1,200.
Very close.
Shut up about it. Don't say anything. Is that enough? What do you call me?
He was about to call you the R slur. He called himself. But...
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
So would it be free then? Because like you're literally attacking marginalized communities by calling me the R slur. That's fucking wild.
Hey guys, keep tapping the show. We are looking for opposition. People voting
the
for Trump.
destruction
We'll
of
get
the
that
nation-
10,000 likes. Keep tapping. Go ahead, Justin.
I'm trying to implore that the national debt is what's hurting the middle class.
Then you shouldn't have voted for Trump.
Hey man, do you think there's too much money within our politics?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to get rid of Citizens United, reverse that ruling.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So both of you can get behind the fact that politicians getting bribed by corporations is a bad thing. Would you both agree with that?
100%. You know what we did though? We didn't vote for the billionaire when it's the billionaire class that's attacking the working class.
Well, there wouldn't be a billionaire class if the government didn't pick winners and losers. Could both of you agree on that?
Yeah, that's not. You need to address the conversation, man.
Yeah, but
like you're just throwing out these platitudes.
Where do you
and be
think
like,
billionaires
can you agree
come
with
from?
it?
Somebody
Yeah,
said-
man, I agree that marshmallows are tasty, but it doesn't have anything to do with this fucking conversation, right? So, like, we can agree that billionaires have too much power and influence in our politics. So let's not vote for the fucking billionaires.
Yeah,
to
but
run
let's
our
agree
government.
that a billionaire is informed by somebody selling lemonade on a sidewalk. It's when the government picks winners and losers. And why does that happen? Why is a government allowed to choose who gets contracts and assign $1 trillion contracts when we have trillions of dollars in debt?
Because of capitalism. Are you a socialist?
No, that's not capitalism. That's
no, it's 100%
too strong of a
That is
government.
literally capitalism. That is literally capitalism.
No,
literally
that's
capitalism.
That's communism.
You don't know communism. What is communism?
That's when,
I'm gonna have to
that's when the
ask him
government.
What's communism?
That's when the government controls the means of production and decides who wins.
Nope.
You know what, though? Billionaires told you that's what communism is, so you would stand against it, when all reality, you just described capitalism.
No, when the government
capitalism, to be
controls the
specific.
means, when the government controls the means of production, they get to
That's
choose
not communism.
who's going to be a
That's
billionaire
not communism.
and who's not.
That's not communism.
Okay, well,
That's
we
literally
can agree. We can agree to disagree.
No, you can't agree to disagree on
No,
this.
we're
This is
not.
agree
That's,
to.
you're being factually incorrect. I'm not going to agree to disagree.
Well,
on
where do you
being
think these
wrong.
billionaires come from? Where do you think these billionaires come from then? Where?
Where do
From
they come
capitalism.
from?
You think somebody sat on the side of a sidewalk and sold lemonade and then became a billionaire? You really believe that?
No.
Nobody said that.
I think capitalism creates billionaires.
Well, that's a complicated matter.
Would you agree with that?
I believe that when government decides who is a billionaire, that's when you get a billionaire. And how do governments create
How
billionaires?
does government decide that you're
When
a
they can borrow unlimited amounts of money to do whatever the hell they want to do.
This is happening in capitalism.
We need to come to some like agreements here, right? Communism is when there is no government. And for you to say that that's when the government controls the means of production just says you've been sitting in right-wing lives too long. No, communism is literally
No, actually, I
the
specifically
the abolishment of state, of class, and of money. If there's no state, who's the government?
It's a psychological operation to make you think it's possible. But what happens is the government takes over as the middleman in the process, and they always hog up all the money and destroy wealth for everybody. That's why we have $40 trillion
how do
in
they
debt.
hog money? I'll
That's
repeat
why
it
we
again. So communism is the
Keep tapping, Shringus.
abolishment
I'll
of
be back.
state, of class, and of money. So if there is no money in communism, how do they hoard all the money?
By printing it out of thin air.
There is no money.
We're not going back to a bartering system. The best system we have is
we're going back to a bartering system, did I? Like there's commerce within communism. There's trade within communism. There just is no money.
The best way to
Trade things of value. Like, hey, we need your cobalt and you need our copper. Let's trade. That's more along the lines.
The best way to help
It
the
doesn't
middle
mean there's no
class-
trade or commerce. It just means there's no money exchanged.
The best way to help the middle class is to decrease the supply of money, stop the flow of money in all these things like wars in Iran and all these projects the government does, and everybody's dollar will become worth more, and we'll be able to buy stuff again.
Everything you're complaining about, Trump is doing.
Trump is a failure, just like Biden and Harris.
You
were.
just said you still support him. If you can go back, you still would have voted for him.
Well, I viewed him as a third-party candidate. That was a pipe dream.
A third-party candidate? How? He was running as a Republican. Guys,
I didn't
10,000
wanna
likes
vote
on your guess.
for-
We're looking for opposition.
I didn't want to vote for Bush, Cheney, Nikki
Bush?
Haley, Mitt Romney, Republicans.
None of them ran in 2024.
The previous elections.
We're talking about 2024. If you can go back, who would you have voted for?
Absolutely, definitely not Harris or Biden. That's for sure.
Biden didn't run in 2024.
Well, definitely
you
not
would-
Harris.
So you would have voted for Trump if you can go back in time in 2024.
I probably wouldn't have voted at all.
All right. Finally, we got an answer out of you. Jeez, I don't know why it took that long to get that answer out of you.
Well, I mean, you're trying to say that Harris is the answer. She's a continuation of Biden policies,
I'm not
which are
saying
destroying the
she's
middle
the
class.
answer. I'm not saying she's the answer. No one's saying she was the answer.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
anybody else
think that we
saying
should all get rid of the right-left way of thinking, and
You're doing the vague
government doesn't-
platitudes again. You're doing the vague platitudes again.
The government doesn't want that because they don't want it us versus them. They want right versus left.
No,
And people
billionaires,
need to wake up to that.
billionaires want to keep
Billionaires
that
are only
left versus
created
right.
by the government in the first place. And name a billionaire
The government.
that
How
wasn't.
does the government could create billionaires, dude?
Name a billionaire that
happen?
wasn't created by the government. Name one.
What the fuck? Like, you're asking me a question that doesn't exist. The government doesn't create billionaires. The system of capitalism creates billionaires. The government does not do that.
Did government create Elon Musk? Yes or no?
How?
Where do you think his contracts came from? He was a measly millionaire before the government got involved in this business.
But here's the issue that TikTok is trying to get at, though. This would be a product of capitalism, not the government. Meaning, if you still had the government, and like, say, like a social democracy, like, would that have happened? Sure, but probably to a lesser of a degree. Meaning, it's not specifically the government; it's more so capitalism.
I don't think it's an important nuance to really talk about.
It is. It's absolutely very important.
My contention is when the government is too strong, they can pick the winners and losers, and I think that that's the root cause of the middle class declining.
All right.
See, I think you're pointing at the wrong people. Like, I like your ideas. You've got a good idea. Like, there are billionaire classes attacking the middle class and the working class of America, but it's not the government. It's literally capitalism.
Well, the way the middle class is being heard is the way the middle class is being heard.
Do you actually hear my words?
Yes, I do. And I'm answering your words by saying that the way the middle class is being attacked is that the currency or that we trade our energy for, the dollar, is being destroyed by unlimited printing of money and the government picking winners and losers and increasing our national
Unlimited
debt.
printing of money and the government picking winners or losers. That's not like, if you want to talk about the Trump administration, I would have to agree with you. They are purposefully.
Well, the Harris Biden administration did the same thing.
Fuck. You need to take courses on how to have a conversation, like active listening skills. You need to learn how to actively listen.
I hear everything you're saying, buddy.
No, you don't, man. You literally are waiting for your turn to talk so much, you can't even wait for me to finish my sentence and put a period on it.
Social,
it's really annoying. It's super annoying.
It is. It has been annoying. Social. Are you Trump supporter?
What's that again, please?
I'm only looking for Trump supporters. Did you vote for Trump?
No, I don't. So I'll go ahead and drop out.
Okay,
I just wanted to comment to your young man there that if you want examples of billionaires that were billionaires without government intervention, we can name a laundry list of them: Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Larry Ellison, on and on and on down the line. They were billionaires before they ever got big government contracts. So
every single one of them was formed by the government.
No, they were not, but that's okay.
Yeah, Larry Ellison, are you kidding me? Bill Gates?
All right.
Horrible
Social, let me bring you down.
examples.
Take care. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you, Social.
He's wrong, though. He's completely wrong. He proved my point.
No, all of these people got help from the government after the fact.
Yeah,
They were millionaires. They weren't billionaires.
Okay, but they created the industries that they're in, and then they were rewarded by the government. I'm not going to disagree with that. But to say, fuck, dude. Can I have one sentence without being well? Seriously.
F1,
Seriously.
I'll let you go in a second. Let's take that finish.
Like, you're giving examples of rich people who were rewarded for being rich in the first place. That's all you're doing. You're giving examples of billionaires rewarding other rich white people and giving them more power and influence within.
Jenna, he'll be gone in a second.
It's not the
I'm
government that's doing it.
Well, we need to get behind what's going to make the country better, which I believe is a reduction of our debt, a cultivation of our monetary system and our dollar, and a much less government control. And that's all I got to say on the matter. And I think I'm done.
Yeah, all right. F1, what's up? And guys, we're looking for opposition. If you voted for Trump, please hit the request
Man,
button.
I love your cum shot videos that you have online.
All right, cool. How old are you?
27.
Okay. And do you vote
Wait,
for
did
Trump?
you pay for those or did you get them for free?
No, I paid for. I subscribed, man.
That's fine.
Listen,
That's
these
good.
are the best.
All right, cool. So you voted for Trump, right? Why did you vote for him?
Yeah, I voted for Trump.
All right. Why do you still support him?
I support him because I think that the left side are wacky. I used to be, look, let me be blunt. I used to be the most liberal person that I knew until I got half of a brain. Everything sort of shifted. People started becoming crazier and wackier. At least he stands for conservative values.
Okay, so why do you
I
support
mean,
him?
there has to be a rule of law at the end of the day, right?
Okay, so why do you still support him?
Because he supports the rule of law. Liberals,
What's
there
the
is no
rule of
rule of law.
what's the rule of law? Is that him
It's called the
is that him pardoning all of the J6 rioters? Is that him?
Yeah,
The rule of law.
that's actually part of the law.
What about him giving pardons to people who engage in crazy ass fucking crimes when it comes to
That's none of my business, and all of the
But then
politicians
he doesn't.
that have the
Then he
pardon
doesn't
power.
respect
Let
the
me
rule
finish.
of law.
All of the
When these people have gotten
do the
arrested,
same thing.
when these people have gotten arrested for scams and scam people out of millions of dollars, why is it that he's pardoning them? How is that abiding by the rule of law? I don't see at all where he's doing that.
So you're saying that a pardon is against the law? So a pardon is against the law. That's
You're
what
telling me. You're
contention
telling
is.
me I know he knows I'm not saying that. You're telling me
Yeah,
he
that's what you're saying. You're saying that he doesn't have that ability.
So why does he pardon people who committed insane crimes?
How much?
Can I ask? Can you mute this other person because they're annoying as hell?
Okay, you have some weird background noise. That's you. You have some weird background noise going. I don't know what the fuck's happening. What is that? Some TikTok glitch or what? It's got to be like a TikTok glitch thing.
I don't know. Is it bleed through another live or something?
It seems like it might be, possibly.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, that's happened before. But yeah, F1, if it's not you, if you don't have background noise, then there's some TikTok glitch.
I'll charge you for it.
It's happening right now.
It's not on my end.
You like to live in another city?
Just drop down and come back up.
Yeah, drop down, come back up. Come right back up. Okay, hopefully that gets fixed. Hey guys, in the meantime, keep tapping and sharing. Make sure you send in a heart me in the top left. Give TikTok a follow. If you're watching on the tube, make sure you subscribe, like the live. I got the super chat goal. I got pay links in the bio here on TikTok. Never needed, always appreciated. All right. Yeah, man, go ahead and re-request.
I haven't been up here for a while chilling with you, man. I saw my chance, so I jumped in.
It's definitely been a minute. How have things been with you?
Life is good, man. Life is really good.
Really
Considering like everything's falling apart in the country.
I already have, and I don't care.
Yeah, it's happening again. It's something that you're doing, buddy. Wayne, hello. All right, Wayne is gone. Yeah, we can go through a lot of his pardons right here. That's right. He pardoned the CEO of Binance. Remember that one? He was he even pled guilty to enabling money laundering and dodging anti-money laundering requirements. I don't remember how much it came to, but it was like millions of dollars that he got pardoned. So I don't know how that's respecting law by any means. Pardon my crazy. Yeah. Oh, that's right, Stormy. That's right. I remember. All of them got pardoned. So, anyways, the real ones, no. I don't know what that means. I'm going to go ahead and invite you on up, though. The real ones.
You know, it's interesting. In the 1930s Germany, they did something very similar. They would, like, there was a lot of violence towards marginalized communities in that time, right? And what they would do is they would prosecute the people who caused the violence, but they'd give them, like, 3-week sentencing. And then if you attacked the person that was attacking people, they'd give you like 30 years for violence. You see, and we see that now where he's pardoning people who've stolen millions of dollars, literally millions of dollars. And he's like, they need a second chance. And then if you go to a protest, you're getting, what was it, 4 people got a combined of 100 years for a protest? You know, that's what we're seeing right now.
All right, I think we got some in request box right here. Wayne, you can come on up. $2 billion, actually, is how much his pardons have added up to with the crimes. $2 billion.
Hello.
That's good. Hi, Wayne. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing it good. How old are you?
I'm 21.
All right. Do you support Trump?
Hell no.
What? You said hell no?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, I'm only looking for people that did vote for him. So.
Oh shoot! I'll pass the phone to my dad then.
Yeah, you voted for him?
My dad?
Kind of suspicious of this.
A little bit. Did you vote for him? Where's your dad? Make sure your dad says something first.
He's in the house. I gotta wait for him.
Call back when he's around.
You just want to
call back when he's
argue
around.
with your dad? Okay.
I mean, listen. I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. Go to him first, and then request. All right. I don't want to wait around for it, but sure, I suppose we can do that. That'll be interesting. Oh Jesus! Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday so far. Restitution owed to victims. We got 1.3 to 1.5 billion in court-ordered restitution. Fines and forfeitures, over 100 million in government fines. Jesus Christ, this one. Trevor Milton, $676 million was canceled in restitution requested by prosecutors to repay defrauded shareholders. Crazy.
That's not even a real number.
Yeah.
Like the human brain can't even fathom 666 million.
You really can't. Like? Yeah. Like, there's absolutely a ceiling effect when it comes to net worth. Like, if your net worth doubles from or how much you make it, let's say in a year, goes from 50 to 100,000, that's a pretty big change in your life, I would say, right? It going from 100 to 200,000, still a big change, probably not quite as big, but still a big change. And then 200 to 400, so it gets smaller and smaller, right? So you start getting up to millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions. You're making like minuscule, really no differences at that point. Like somebody who's worth 100 million versus a billion, there's no difference in their life. There's no difference in what they can or can't do. That ceiling effect probably top. I don't know where to top out at, but well below hundreds of billions of dollars, that's for sure. Friendly reminder: Doritos are $1 at Taco Bell. There you go. Thanks for that reminder. What lives have you been on lately? TikTok?
None. I've been taking it easy off TikTok. I've been going into some like hard leftist lives where they're not just debating; they're just talking shit.
Which lives are you referring to?
Like I go into Louis the anti-fascist. I do go into like. I'll sit in Facts Still Matter in the morning. I'll sit on there and dick around on the computer while I'm listening to him. And then RTP. Hold on. My dog's getting a bath, so she's pretty pissed off about it.
Oh, yeah. Some dogs like that, some don't, but yeah. Wipe clean, not on the record, no probation.
What about you, man? Where you been hanging out? You haven't been on recently.
Well, no, I was in Seattle visiting my stepmom and dad, and my little brother was there with me, and I didn't stream at all while I was there, and I was gone for 10 days. So I took a 10-day break from streaming. Prior to that, I was streaming every day. Oh, yeah, the weather was terrific. Prior to that, I was streaming every day. I'm doing it now. But yeah, I don't typically hang out in many other lives. As much as I probably should, I would like to do it more. So I don't want to just do my live and then just like forget about other people, you know? Like I want to be able to join other lives and stuff. So I should probably start doing that. I do it on occasion, but not as much as I should. Cook, what's up?
What's up, man? I'm 29. If you need my age, they always ask.
I just need your age, that's it. But did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
All right. Why do you still support him?
No, there's a lot of different reasons. I think one of the main reasons was for like social reasons. I didn't really like the culture of the Democratic left. Don't really care for cancel culture. Don't really like to say, men who identify as women are women. That's not really the case.
What's cancel culture? Explain that to me.
Yeah, perceiving someone as a wrongdoer and then punching up, quote unquote, to say now we're going to take away your press, your livelihood, because we've deemed you to be some sort of bad guy or villain.
Give me an example. Give me an example where somebody was canceled and they couldn't do what they were doing before.
Well, I'll give you an extreme example. For someone who's no longer even alive, they try to cancel John Wayne, the cowboy actor, because they didn't like the way he talked. And they said, oh, it's not an excuse for him to be a product of his time, quote unquote.
Who's they? Who's they?
Oh, general society. You see it on
What do
the
you mean
internet,
they
you see
canceled
it,
John Wayne? What does that mean they canceled John Wayne?
People are saying do not support John Wayne movies or the John Wayne estate. People also are saying all types of stuff about. Well, go ahead. You look like you're about to ask me a question.
I'm curious as to how he was canceled.
So yeah, I mean, when I say canceled, I mean any general movement to no longer support or make an existing person's life worse, or any way to demonetize them as a social punishment for a perceived wrongdoing.
Okay, so what is it that he did, and what is it that he did? What action was it, and what was he not able to do afterwards because of
He
that?
talked like no. During his time, he was fine. It's people are retroactively. That's why I said it's an
Then
extreme
that's not
example.
cancel. Then that's not canceling. Then give me an example of somebody who did something
Well,
or
I
said
said
something,
cancel
and then
culture, meaning that the idea to cancel someone is so prevalent and so normalized
nobody's being
that people are now
canceled.
trying to retroactively cancel people.
All you're talking about is people criticizing somebody, and that's what you're allowed to do that in our country, right? You have your
You
free
are
speech.
allowed to.
You're allowed to say what you want, just as somebody is
Yeah.
allowed to have their response to what you say and their reaction to
Well,
what
that's
you
sort of
say.
part of cancel culture, having the idea that this person ought to be criticized for some reason that most people will consider not to be a valid reason to criticize somebody. Like, oh, you're talking like this and that. It's like, yeah, he's from the 1930s. Of course he's going to talk like
I don't know who you're, but so give me an example of somebody today that was
Or
canceled.
for example, comedy movies in general. This politically correct push is like making it to where we don't have any comedy movies because they'll look at a Judd Apatow movie and go racist. They'll go Harold and Kumar and go
What does this
racist.
have to do with voting for Trump, though?
Well, so Trump, usually what happens is when the political left or right take office, they implement certain changes and sort of like voice the opinion of that side. And it usually results in some sort of social change. When people at the top say stuff, I mean, it kind of trickles down to the people, on a normal level like me and you. So if you've got Joe Biden saying, yes, trans women are women or affirming their identity, it now is normalized and more okayed by the general public. When you have someone saying the opposite, that's usually the case.
So you're voting for Trump because somebody says trans women are women?
I think you're simplifying it. I'm saying to not okay the whole culture of, hey, let's just start being so subjective nothing means anything. Let's start okaying really obese people and saying fat acceptance. Let's start saying, hey, Judd Apatow's racist, don't make any more movies.
Okay.
The whole idea
No.
that that's okay stems from a liberal left-leaning mindset.
Oh my God. I don't understand what's a bad thing about somebody not body shaming somebody. That's what people are
Well,
trying
for
to talk
that
about.
specific example, it's not about body shaming. I think we need to bring back a little bit of shame.
Yeah, shame
It's
doesn't
not
work.
healthy to be super obese.
Shame doesn't work. Great. So let that person make that decision for themselves. It's not up to you to shame them, because we show over and over again that shaming somebody doesn't cause them to do that behavior you want them to. It actually pushes them in the opposite direction. The data overwhelmingly shows that. So all you're doing is you're just shaming for the sake of making yourself feel better. Listen, I'm a personal trainer. I think it's a good idea for people to be in shape. I think it's a good idea for people to work out and try to eat a little bit healthy. I think those are good things, right? I think obviously somebody's health would get better. I think they would feel better mentally if people did that. However, though, you don't have to do it. I'm not going to force you to do it. I'm not going to shame you into doing it at all. I think there are better ways to get people to do those things. Much better ways to get people to do those things. So I don't see where you're getting at here.
Who the fuck says we should bring shaming back? Do you know how harmful that is?
I've heard that before. It's a stupid fucking thing.
You know people unalive themselves because of people like that? because people think it's okay just to shame them. Maybe it'll make them change, so I'm going to point to their weight or point to a immutable characteristic that they can't change. Do you know how dangerous that is, man?
Yeah, cook duck. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hey, cook duck. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, I'm just listening to you guys.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and respond to what TikTok just said. Cook duck. Go ahead and unmute yourself and respond to what he said. Cook duck. Going once. I'm just gonna kick you if you're not up here to have a conversation.
My bad. Go ahead, repeat that last question.
It wasn't a question. I was making a statement. Did you hear me?
I heard some of it. You're saying people
You
unalive
said I'm
themselves,
just listening to you
harmful,
guys.
blah, blah,
Were you not,
blah.
in fact, listening to us?
I mean, I was listening to most. If you said something like it's harmful to shame people, it's bad, blah, blah, people unalive themselves. Yeah, I mean, I think there's different levels of shame. I think bullying people is different than a little bit of shame. You can have some personal shame. Go, no, I ought not to be this doggone fat. And I'm lazy, and I need to stop that. I need to fix it. That's a level of personal shame.
So everybody's just a little bit of shameful towards them, and it happens 10 times in one day. And the last person that does it is the breaker. That's one that causes.
I can lose a couple of pounds too, and maybe people need to get on me more. I mean, I get active.
Will you acknowledge what I'm saying? People unalive themselves.
Yeah, people unalive themselves over all kinds of things, though. Does that mean
because of your action? But you actually add to that. Do you have no empathy?
Of course I do. I feel bad for them, but at the same time, someone who does that is mentally ill. I think they have something wrong with them.
You feel bad for them, but yet you'll shame them?
I'm ashamed general people for doing things that are shameful. Yeah.
What's
necessary?
What's something that deserves shame?
Yeah, I mean, being overweight is something that, like, if you're just grossly fat, like, oh my God, there's no hope. Like, what are you doing at 600 pounds? What are you doing at
why is it
400 pounds?
Why is it your place to shame that person?
It's everyone's place. Everyone should get together and, hey, that's not healthy, fix it.
That's not, hold on, though. Do you think that 600-pound person knows that it's unhealthy or not? Do you think they're sitting there
Some of them
thinking,
don't, genuinely.
No, Cook Doc, they all know. If you're talking about the extreme end of the ones, they all know that they're not in the best shape, to say it lightly. They're all aware of that. You telling them isn't going to give them any information that they're not already aware of. Right? The question isn't, hey, is this healthy or is that healthy or whatever? The question is, how do they get to the point of being healthier? What do they need to do? What tools do they need? Right? Like what kind of right? Like what kind of tools do they need to be able to get in shape? Not telling them, hey, you're out of shape. Do that. Like they know that.
What do you need to do?
Right, because simply telling somebody, like everybody is aware, eating less and moving around.
Want to be supported.
Everybody is aware that eating less, moving around more will lead to you losing weight, right? Or going to gym, doing weight, whatever will get you out there. Everybody's aware. The question is, like, do they have the proper information to be able to do that? Do they have the proper motivation? Or there's a lot of things that they would need. So shaming them isn't going to get them to do that thing that you want them to do.
So that's why you don't like cancel culture, because you just want to be a dick to people and be able to do it freely, huh?
I mean, I think that you guys are giving really an all or nothing sort of argument. You want shame to be generally so much shame that someone unalives themselves, instead of saying, like, hey, maybe it's not good to feel prideful over being fat.
No one's.
Who
There's
said
no
anything about prideful? I just don't want you to take it upon yourself to shame others. It's not your place.
What we want is for people who happen to, say, be overweight or something like that, not to fucking hate themselves, right? We want them to still be able to have a good, healthy mindset, because that will allow them to be able to do those things, right? If they're sitting in extreme depression, hating themselves, well, that's not going to really be very motivational. Whether you're in great shape, out of shape, you should still love yourself. You should still take care of yourself and all those things. So, again, the shaming thing just does not work. And we know it
I
doesn't
mean, that's
work.
pretty, obvious there. But I think, again, you're trying to use this very, like, all or nothing mentality. You're trying to frame my argument in the most extreme light. Sure, I can grant some of the things you're saying are true if it gets to the logical extreme. But I think genuinely and generally, people have a system of checks and balances in their heads. You're not going to walk up to a disabled kid and go, ooh, and make fun of them, right? But at the same time, to say a word like that describes them isn't necessarily you advocating for being mean to them, right? So you can't just take these big gaps. Me saying bringing back a little bit of shame means, hey, if you're that overweight and someone points it out and someone says that's probably not a great thing, I'm not gonna reward you for being lazy. That's something you
But
should praise. It's virtuous.
you're making it this binary thing. Nobody's saying that they should be
Not really. How am I making it binary?
no, because nobody is saying that like you're rewarding people who are out of shape or anything
If
like
you
that.
put a
Nobody's
really
suggesting
fat
that.
person on a magazine, that's not rewarding them.
What do you mean by rewarding them, though?
If you put them on there next to swimsuit models and say, oh, they're all the same, that's not rewarding them.
Who says it's all the same?
A lot of people. That's what they're trying to get you to understand. Oh, all these bodies are beautiful. No, objectively one.
Yes, you should love yourself no matter what the shape of your body is. Yeah, you should love yourself.
Agreed, but it's not healthy, though.
Nobody is denying that at certain point being extremely overweight can't be unhealthy. Nobody is denying that. What we want is for people to have like actual realistic health standards and realistic
We absolutely
body
do,
goals.
but
No, we
realistic
don't.
health
No, we
standards
don't,
doesn't mean
because
let people
we
be
we
fat
have
as
this
hell.
crazy standard that if you're a guy, for example, you have to be shredded and have a six
No,
pack.
you don't have to
And
be
if you don't,
shredded. No.
and if you don't, I know, but that's what is given off via social media. That if you don't have a six pack, you're not healthy.
No, that's not generally what people think. There's plenty of people who know it's not great to be fat, who are not shredded, but at the same time, they're like, yeah, I could stand to lose a pound. And if someone were to say, no, I'm perfect how I am, that'd be very nice, but it'd be untrue.
But it's not up to you to say if they're perfect or not.
I understand that. I said it's not necessarily true that you're perfect the way you are. If you have health problems, if you feel like you can't walk up a flight of stairs and you're 30 pounds overweight, maybe that has something to do with it.
Why don't you turn on your camera and let's see what you look like if you're going to be talking consistently about how other people
I can tell you how much I weigh and what I look like, but the only reason I don't turn on my
turn
camera
on your
is
camera.
people are insane and they dox you and they try to find you and all kind of
Are you
craziness.
afraid you might have to come to?
I'm afraid people are
come to
crazy and
terms
don't
with what
understand.
you're saying about people
yeah, they
who
shot
are
Charlie
overweight?
Kirk over an opinion.
If you're not
or
saying
two,
anything
so
if you're not saying anything shitty, you shouldn't worry about it.
Yeah.
I am here.
It's amazing, man. When people are scared of the things they say, they hide behind a picture that they can't be identified with.
Yeah, like
that just screams
what
you're
I look like.
mediocre.
Yeah,
it just screams you're mediocre, and you wanna punch down on individuals. That's all it screams.
Kataka, I'm showing what I look like all the time. I'm not getting people showing up to my door.
It's kind of cowardly, man. You should put your face behind these things. If you truly feel this way, you should put your face behind these things.
Hey guys, we're looking for opposition. Please hit the request button at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, I think you and I both know that most of the time, people who don't have this liberal viewpoint, they get made into a villain, and people try and find them. Now, there's also other things that I don't want to associate with politics.
Why would people try to find you?
People are crazy.
Yeah, why would they try to find you?
Just because they're crazy. That's the
crazy.
issue. That's it.
Oh, hold on. Let me just introduce the other guest. Matt, how you doing? Matt, how you doing? Matt going once. Matt going twice. Goodbye, Matt. All right.
Yeah, I think you're scared and you're making reasons up so that way you can hide behind your profile. That's what I think.
You there, Cook Talk? Thank you, Spirit. Cook Talk, are you there?
See, I feel like this is the issue with you guys. You guys don't like to take any type of accountability or acknowledgement. You guys don't care about being fair and seeing the other side. You guys don't have any nuance.
What are we not taking accountability for?
not taking accountability for the fact that you're trying to boogeyman people into this corner where they're only going to be seen as evil. Telling me that I need to turn my camera on and then saying I'm being a coward is just
if you're
you
talking
trying to
about
bully
people's
me.
but if you're talking
you're just
about
trying to
people's
bully me into
bodies,
doxing myself.
no, I'm not. If you're trying to talk
You
about
are.
people's bodies, maybe we should see what you look like.
I
That
just
would be
don't want
only
to show
fair.
my face, honestly.
Then you shouldn't be talking about people's bodies over and over again.
No, in person, I would talk to you the same way. I'm just not
But
gonna put it on TikTok for a bunch of crazy people to find.
but then what's the issue then? If you can do it in person, people see you. Why not here?
Because it's the internet. It's a lot more people concentrated who have the same opinions you who are crazy. And generally people in real life aren't even going to care. They're going to mind their own business. But this is a place where people are concentrated and crazy. Craziness comes to one point.
But again, you shouldn't worry if you're not saying shitty things. Again, I show my face all the time. I'm not getting any issues.
Martin Luther King said great things, still got shot by a crazy person.
Okay, so you're comparing yourself to Martin Luther King?
I'm comparing myself to a person who speaks their mind and doesn't necessarily get rewarded for it.
Okay, but that's part of freedom of speech.
Attacking marginalized communities and then using that as
I'm not attacking marginalized communities. No, fat people are not a marginalized community.
Yeah,
and look. Let me ask you this: if I turn my camera on,
do you know what marginalized means?
Hold on.
Hey, do you know what marginalized means?
Hold on. If I turn my camera on and I was a fat ass, wouldn't that be even more of a point for me to make? Like I myself am fat and value losing weight.
Cool. So do you know what marginalized means?
Yeah, I do. And fat people are not a marginalized community.
What's marginalized mean then? If you're going to tell me that fat people aren't a marginalized community, what does it mean?
It's a community that is disadvantaged and has particular prejudices against them.
No, it's a community that is set to the side and acted as if it don't matter.
That's kind of the same. That's kind of the same.
No, it's not, because what I'm talking about is acting as if
they're
inhuman. Hey man, can you let me finish a sentence? Thanks.
Yeah, because you're talking bullshit.
Yeah. Hey, wow. You stopped for a second just to interrupt me again.
Listen to your TikTok.
Fucking wild, man. It's wild you did it a third time. So marginalized means that they're set to the side and act as if they don't matter. Treated as they're inhumane. Because fat people don't have feelings, it's okay to shame them. That's what you're saying.
Right, let's have a big shout out to Stormy there, guys. Stormy, pay to cake him. W Stormy in the comments. Thank you so much, Stormy. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. But again, I know we spoke about this with other things, but they claim to want the best for certain groups of people, but they just don't. Like, again, shaming people who are overweight isn't leading to the action that they say they want them to do at all. So it's not about that. It just seems about they just want to make fun of people. They just want to be able to say shitty things. Matt, what's up?
Oh, I was chiming in because that guy set me over the edge. He's probably good he's going. Like, the fact that he said, oh, you all don't want to take accountability. Literally all I see, I live in MAGA country, all I see is people that align with MAGA blaming all of their problems on literally everybody else every single day. Every day. And it's always it is always a minority person or a gay person or an immigrant or something else. So that guy just set me over the edge when he was accusing you two of not taking accountability. Just like, what are you talking about?
Right?
Like,
it's very ironic.
Everything these people say is nothing other than projection all day, every day.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man. Yeah, no, you're right.
That's all I was
do
going to
that.
contribute was just basically calling him out. But
no, I appreciate it, man. Yeah. I appreciate you. Yeah, let me go to bring you back down to the comments, but I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I appreciate what you said.
Yeah,
okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Take care. Thank you, River. Yeah, I mean, he's right. It's always a different group of people. It's always some group of people that absolutely do not are harming their life at all. And there always seem to be missing groups of people that are, right? And yeah, as he said, immigrants, gay people, trans people, it doesn't matter. It's always some other group. Michelle, thank you. Give me 1 second here. Michelle, thank you for the $1 on the blue out the VW. Michelle in the comments. It says the same people who shame others. Oh, let me read this real quick. I'm sorry. The same people who shame others for being overweight are the first in line to complain about universal health care. Exactly. Always. Welcome back, by the way. Thank you, Michelle. I really appreciate that. Thank you. That is a very good point, though.
Yes, they're right, 100%. Yeah, that was a manipulation technique. That was Darvo. That's what that guy was doing. He was Darvoing us. He was deflecting, attacking the actual argument, and then reversing the victim and offender by saying, "You guys are being virtuous and making me trying to sound bad." No, that's because you're the offender, man. You're the fucking offender. The marginalized communities are the victims here. Stop Darvoing us. This is a manipulation technique. It happens all the time in abusive relationships.
Yeah, Peabody. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the topic. I asked him why he voted for Trump, and somehow it was because overweight people exist. Like, it was a weird what? His Facebook trip. Thank you, Marina. Yes, I guess they were cute. If you guys want to follow me on Facebook, you can see pictures from my vacation. If that piques your interest.
I'd follow you on Facebook, but I'm not going to dox myself.
No, you're good. You're good. Cancel culture does not exist, though. It's a made-up fucking thing. It doesn't exist. There isn't like a single person that I can really think of that said or did something, and they were not able to do what they were previously doing because of it.
Yeah,
I really
they can't
think of
hurt
anybody.
others and get away with it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like you're making them be accountable for saying the N-word. Yeah, that's how it works, man. That way you don't do it anymore. Fuck.
I mean, it should be a good enough motivator, hopefully. Like, yeah, you can't fucking make your living anymore. All right, well, maybe don't be a shitty person. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, even so, I mean, like, she still can put herself out there. Well, all right, Colbert, that's a different thing, though, right? Like, yeah, he technically, I guess got canceled, but I wasn't cancel culture. But I see what you're trying to say.
And by the way,
Cancel
John
culture.
Wayne was racist as fuck. He was super racist.
I don't really know anything about him,
not
but
to
I wouldn't be
support his
surprised.
estate. Well, I mean, like that was their excuse. Well, he comes from the 1930s, so that just means
Yeah.
he's had enough time in his life to realize that what's happening in this country, and to use he's old and set in his way. Yeah, that just means you're giving him an excuse to be racist. That's it. Like they've had more time to realize what's happening, and they don't because it benefits them. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, we hear people do that a lot for sure. Like, oh, this person's old, and well, that's why they're racist or this or that. Like, yeah, for sure, but that doesn't mean they can't change. I know plenty of people are older who are pretty far left and don't do those things, so if they can, other people can. I rejected your friend request, did I? It must have been an accident. I don't think I would do that on purpose. But you just friend requested again. I did accept it though, so you should be good. If I did before, I promised it was an accident. You know that does a good. Do you know? Yeah. Well, guys.
You know, I just go on Facebook to talk shit to family members and Andy Biggs. That's the only reason why I use Facebook.
To talk shit, yeah.
Yeah, talk shit. Do you know who Andy Biggs is?
Andy Biggs sounds familiar. Andy Biggs. Let me see. Andy.
He's running for governor of Arizona, and he's
pathetic. Okay. Yeah.
He's absolutely pathetic. He's a congressman now, but he's running against Katie Hobbs for governor. He had a rally at a funeral home, and 11 people showed up, and I mention this to him every chance I get if I see him in person or if I see him on Facebook. Hey, Andy. You remember the foreshadowing of the rally you held at the funeral home?
That's funny.
He's got to have me on a list by now.
I'm sure. Yeah, Facebook is just mostly full of boomers at this point. Again, that's why my clips that I post there seem to get the most views. It really, really triggers the boomers on Facebook, but I'll take it. Hey, they'll watch the clips and comment on it. I will not stop them. Yeah, Trinkle, I try not, like, it depends. Like, I will, when I post a video on Facebook and I do get a bunch of comments, or even on any other social media platform, and I get a bunch of comments, I'll maybe, like, at first, like, respond to, like, one or two of them, but as more come in, I just honestly just delete the, like, notification, because I just don't even want to read it at that point.
On Facebook?
Facebook, I mean, my reels get a decent amount as compared to other ones. Like my last several got like, let's see, 10.9 thousand views, 5.5, 4.7, 7.4. They consistently get like, yeah, but they do a lot better than like the ones I post here for some reason. So, but yeah, they seem to trigger a lot of boomers.
Is it the same videos, debate videos? Or are you doing like workout
It's
videos over there?
no. It's just the clips. So, like I'll post clips of the streams, and I'll post it to YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. 450,000 Facebook followers.
I'll go over there and check you out, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, guys, if you want to follow me on Facebook, I would appreciate it. It's Dougielifts. Same thing as I have here, DOUGIELIFTS.
Does Facebook pay?
I'm sure at some point they do. I don't even check. I don't really check it. I only have like 1,000 followers there, so they might. I don't even know how I look at that, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe via ads or something. I really don't know. I don't know. Your account is what?
Anyway, well, man, I'm gonna go eat dinner. Thank you very much for having me up. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, good seeing you for sure.
Yeah,
Hope
we'll
you have a
talk to you
good dinner.
soon.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Take care. I'm a private account though, not a business. What do I? Okay, so I am definitely a boomer inside a millennial's body. What do I do? How do I change that? I'm a private account? No, I can't be a private account. Then people wouldn't be able to see my reels. What do I need? What do I need to do? Like, what I did do, like I did when I changed it to like the Dougielifts thing, I did just change my personal Facebook that I had. I mean, you can't friend a business account. So, are you? Should I change? Like, but I can't change it, can I? Like, what's the best route here? Should I continue it on this, or should I make a new one? I feel like I'm backtracking if I make a new one. Or is there a way I can just switch it over? Patriot Josh? No, I don't believe so. Ask AI. There should be a way to change it to a business account, right? You make a new one and you link it to your personal. Yeah, somebody can help me out. I would appreciate it. I don't really know how to do shit, honestly. Yeah, I'm incapable of doing most things, so if somebody can help, that'd be great. There's a professional mode. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about here. I'm like pretty proud of myself that I was able to do this. Contact charity. All right. Well, I'll look into it. I'll see what I can do, I suppose. I am going to do my seed oil live, guys, because I haven't done it in a while, and this is the perfect time since we don't really have anybody in here. I know most of you guys don't like it, sorry, but we'll be talking about seed oils and soy and fun stuff. So I'll fix the Facebook thing at some point. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys in a quick minute, okay?